Alrighty. Here's our recap. I will make at the top of the lighthouse the top line of the thing. So go ahead and pause. And pause. There is your recap. See y'all in the session.
Checking my spell slot.
So yeah.
I'm
Maybe
arranging
next time
decks.
Aste is here, we can ask him if... Does anyone else use longswords? Besides Aste? I think he uses longswords.
I do not.
I
don't even
am
know if-
looking
I
at
am
his sheet.
proficient, but I have my things that I'm not sure I'd be willing.
One of them doesn't require attunement. Might be something to think about either for you or Aste.
We have.
He definitely does carry a regular longsword.
Can you put it in the chat so I can just take a look at them?
Let's see.
Inventory, attunement, but his attunement slots are all full. He might give up his winged boots if it gives him a better weapon. You'd have to talk to him about it.
We're sitting down together. What do you think? Where this dog?
Which
is
one are
barking.
you looking up?
It's like, oh, do some wrong for Jesus.
Which one is that? Oh,
That's
serpent.
the serpent.
Oh, is that the one like from Candlekeep?
I don't know. It's just
It
called
sounds very
Serpent's
similar
Fang.
to the one that...
Yeah, a little bit had it at some point and had it merged into Gertrude's Warhammer.
I might.
That's right.
Here, let me get a better snip of the other one.
Difference
Better
is
than that?
difference that shows a weapon. Give you strength.
And Flame Tongue Longsword is the one that requires attunement.
Yes.
You didn't answer the question.
Say that
Is it better?
you will have a harder time hitting. What? If you roll a max roll die, short sword plus, you get 11. This thing, a perfect, and because you have the.
We are debating if it's better than my +1 short sword.
The problem is you hit it, but you do have.
Why not?
Because you have strength as your attack to hit. Strength, dex.
That. But that's another one. And that one.
Official. I have run out of room in the folder for the completed quests on this campaign.
I mean,
start a new folder.
Time to start a new folder or move it to a 3-ring binder. Or put it in the recycle bin because it's over now and it's all saved somewhere electronically.
Why do I only have one attuned item?
Well, that's not good.
That can't be right.
Give me a minute.
Did D&D Beyond unattune you?
I have to just see
I'm waiting
to
in
believe.
line. She's experimenting with Serpent's Fang equipped to see.
Oh, and there's nothing here.
You lose the
I have to see in order to understand. You know this about me. Take it and just.
So,
you only seem to have one attunement item in your equipment.
Okay, you can take out the Serpent Fang. I don't know.
So you're taking Serpent Fang?
No, she
Serpent's
wanted to
Fang?
put it on to see what it looked like.
I have to be able to see it to truly understand everything.
How-
So I
Gotcha.
temporarily added it to me so that I could actually compare.
Gotcha.
Shield does not require a
Mm-mm.
Lightbringer does not. I think we're-
Jax.
Yeah, you have 2 empty attunement slots because you don't have any items that require attunement there,
How is
Doug.
that possible?
I don't know.
There's the
Holding out on
brooch
us?
that we all have, and then does your mace require attunement?
Nope.
Nope.
No. Hell yeah! Just give me all the things.
Give me the ring of water walking.
Water walking ring.
Water walking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guess might as well. You know, it's not if no one else wants it.
I don't think any of us
It's
wear
just
it.
sitting
It's
in the
been
bag of
sitting in the
holding.
bag.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Dustin is in the
Maev,
heat of water, so it's gonna work out.
Maev absolutely does not want it.
Yeah, yeah. You're like the opposite of water.
Can
The
you
ring of
imagine if
water.
somebody slipped that on her finger when she was sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Poor Maya, she'd be
Don't
so
give them
confused.
ideas.
Why
I
can't
would be confused.
She's giving Ross ideas. Good.
Yeah, because even my bent ring of animal influence doesn't require
Nope.
2 minutes. Okay, well, I'll take Flame Tongue and I'll take the ring of water walking if no one else wants it.
Wait a minute.
And then when Aste gets back, we can give him, or he can choose to have
Serpent.
the Serpent's Fang since it doesn't require attunement.
Yeah, babe.
Ring of Water Walking actually has a picture in D&D Beyond.
Ooh, it's
Mm.
pretty.
Oh, it is very pretty.
All right, so Ring of Water Walking, gone,
Yeah.
given to Dusk, and Serpent's
I don't think
Fang
we
given
do on
to
this
Dusk.
weekend.
No, the other one, Flame Tongue,
Yeah.
was given to Dusk.
I don't know, babe. Or
And do you want me to just add Serpent's
Cut our
Fang to
fire
Aste's list? And if he doesn't want it, he can give it back to you? Because I can add things to his inventory if you want.
Hang on to it
So-
in the bag of holding so we're not throwing
Okay.
it back and forth, and just ask him about it.
Okay, cool.
All right, so Flame Tongue, gone. Ring of Water Walking, gone. Spear +1, given 2 steps.
Atonement.
Do. Bookkeeping,
Wait, water
housekeeping.
I didn't.
Almost as
I
good
thought
as
you
a
said
shopping
this.
episode.
The
Mhm.
ring of
Water walking doesn't even require. Ooh, give it.
Jesus.
Ah,
The ring
shit.
of
Dust's gonna be all blinged out.
Dusk will hold on to it, but he might wink at Rasa and give it to her at a moment of convenience.
We'll see.
Especially since it doesn't require attunement, it could actually happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Too funny. I should never have said anything. Sorry, Ash.
No, it's gonna be great. It's
Oh,
gonna be so
true.
great.
I went to go to attune to it, and it's like, oh no, just Flame Tongue.
Nope.
Sweet, one more slot, baby. All right.
I need these kids
So-
to go to sleep.
So you're sitting around, you've had your supper, and you're chit-chatting in the bar. And Aste has finished doing the identify stuff and excuses himself to go to the privy. And he never came back.
Oh no, did it fall in?
Oh boy.
Did he fall in?
Go check.
I've,
Is there someone invisible in the bathroom again?
oh no.
Somebody better go check.
Snaps is doing the
not
rain
kidding.
dance because she was waiting for him to get out because she needed to go.
Well, go ahead. If you gotta go, go ahead and scan the place. I don't want to stand in the way here. Don't worry, I got a ring of water.
Urgently knock on the door.
There is silence from behind the door.
Come on, man, I gotta go. I'm gonna knowing that he disappears, I'm gonna try the handle.
Yeah, it's open. You open it, and the privy is empty. But there is a little something shiny on the floor, though.
Well, I'm gonna potty and then wash my hands, and then I'll come back to the group with the shiny thing, his little
Cool.
fidget toy.
Yeah, you find his little fidget toy was on the ground in the restroom.
Looks like he disappeared again mid potty.
It's rough. Hopefully his arse wouldn't hang half out into the breeze when he went back to wherever he came from.
His moon is just hanging out in the astral plane.
There's enough moons in the astral plane. Don't need to add one more, right?
The feeling Andrew's going to be a little irritated with me over this. Andrew, if you're watching the YouTubes, I'm really sorry.
Wait, so does that mean that when he comes back, he might still be mid-potty? I'm not putting him in my backpack this time.
I think he can move around in the astral plane. I mean, he just zaps from place to place, right?
Hopefully he's at a rest stop. Woo. Things you don't really have to think about. Because we have modern plumbing. Anywho,
off to bed then?
Right. Yes, bed. Tired. Right after I messaged my good friend.
Oh, hush.
If someone else wants to do something, go ahead, because I gotta remember what I was doing.
There's 2 weasels here, right?
Yep.
I want to go pet
There
a
is a
weasel.
ball of weasel behind the bar rolling around.
Oh, that's right.
I
You
wanna
forgot
pet
about
weasel.
that.
Oh, yeah,
Well, you'd have to get behind the bar with Giga and try and catch them. Because they're rolling
I
around
could do
like,
that.
yeah. Cool.
I could do that.
Animal handling check.
Oh shit, okay. Forgot that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think I cast sending yet regarding this to Worth a good buddy. Worth.
Feel senior.
Wrong person.
I don't care.
Yeah, Dusk. So this orb thing, we have a name of it, right? Identify it.
You've identified it.
One of the scraps of paper had.
Yeah, one of the scraps of paper had the name Orb of Orcus.
Orb of Orcus. Okay, right. All right. Okay. Sending spell. I'm just going to send a spell to Worth Earl. And I'm going to say, all right, Dusk here. Fixed your lighthouse for you. You're welcome. Found an orb of Orcus. Pretty gosh darn evil, if you ask me. How destroy it? I think that's 25 exactly.
You get back dusk. It's late. Orcus is very bad. Get rid of it. And I don't know. Gregory, are you with us?
Yes.
Were you counting?
No, sorry.
No problem.
Unacceptable.
I'm struggling with ADHD right now.
Oops. We lost somebody. We
We
lost
lost
Dusk.
them.
That's
Dusk
not
and
the server
Rasa.
I'm on. Oh no.
Dusk. It's late. Orcus is bad. Get rid of it. That's 10.
Yeah, that's 10.
And then I don't know was the only other thing you really said.
Oh, 11, 12, 13. Is the limit 25 or
Orb's bad.
20?
Orcus is bad.
25.
Get rid of it. We don't know how to destroy it.
The limit is 25.
Okay. When they come back, I will say, watch out for curses.
They're back.
Wow, that was weird. Yeah, everybody was quiet.
Dusk, it's late. Orcus is bad. Get rid of it. I don't know. Watch out for curses.
That's 17.
I think that's all Warhurl's going to say.
Good night.
Are you pooping?
With finality.
Why the fuck you up?
Dusk just sort of rubs his temples. And just like, he's the dumbest smart person I know. Last time I asked him for help. Potentially evil artifacts that will ravage the place that he supposedly calls home. Well, good news, everybody! We should get rid of this thing.
Wow.
It's bad,
I
No
think
shit.
we knew it was bad.
right? I'm going to start calling him Dr. Obvious.
Dr. Obvious. I like it. That's way better than Professor. Thank you. I
Here we
got
go.
Mr. Goodbar.
Ugh. Well, maybe he'll come to his senses and message me again some other time. Oh, wait, this is a message me. I'm the only one. Well, anyone know anyone else we've come... I don't know. Darn well it's better be. I might just go tuck this into his bed one night. Figure a way. Merry Christmas. All right, that's not a holiday.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
I mean, technically, that would be doing what he said. He said to get rid of it. He didn't say that he
That's
didn't.
true, right. Moon Mother, the Moon Maiden sends her regards.
Thank you, baby.
Wait.
A regard.
Wait. All right. Well, I don't know. Have we come
Wait.
across anybody else we've met in our travels that might know more that I
Wait,
could?
did you ask Warhurl how to destroy it?
How destroy it?
You did.
I did.
Okay.
The last 3 words was how destroy it.
Okay, so I still had 6 or 8 words left. So
Sure.
he would have said, get rid of it. Watch out for curses. And how would he have done that? Can you get it to me? Yeah.
Absolute pleasure. I would then, okay, after all that, I'll be like, oh, he's not so bad. He wants this thing. Apparently, he loves these types of things. And I'll do another message, sending my final spell slot back to him, and I'll say, can we get to your place from Salt End? We are heading there probably next. Can we get to your place from Salt End?
I was counting that time.
Heading there now. What's your address?
Oh boy.
How do we find you?
He's already got his number.
I'll
Sure.
definitely find you. That's it.
Okay.
How long is the walk from Broughton to Salt End? Continent map.
I don't know.
That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get to Salt End Landing by the early afternoon of day. Apparently, my math was bad. It's day 52 when you wake up in the morning. So tomorrow, you could be in Salt End Landing by midday tomorrow, dusk. If you want to put that in your message.
Sure. Okay.
So he's going to reply, I can be in Salt End by dinner time tomorrow. Meet me at Cerulean View. I'll get it to Candlekeep.
Oh. How dare you? Oh, eyes of amethyst.
I mean, where else would
Busy.
they store shit like that? If you can't destroy it.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Yeah.
We don't get a
So there
Mount
you go.
Doom kind of place. Go rock up to the cauldron and chuck it in.
Yeah, great.
Cerulean View, yes. Right. And I'll tell the groups, it's like, all right, put on your best dinner pants. We're gonna have a date, I guess, with Dr. Obvious at the Cerulean View in Southend tomorrow night.
And Maya instantly looks down at her pants.
I mean, if those are your best pants, Maya, we'll just, I don't know. I don't normally do these things.
What do the pants have to do with anything?
We said to put on our best dinner pants.
Oh, I missed it.
I mean, to be fair, I think this is the only pair of pants I possess. So, come with how you are, I suppose. I don't know.
Okay, I like my comfy
Pretend is
pants.
fancy. I'm sure we can get some nice clothes there. Or so I hear.
Right. It's like,
So
Shopping.
while Dusk is sitting at the table talking aloud to the midair and then listening to something inside his head, Maiev has sort of slipped away back behind the bar and dipped down below the surface of the bar so that none of you can see her. And when she stands back up again, there is a weasel perched atop her head and another one on her shoulder. Just looking around the bar.
Love it. This is great. Take a look. Look. Take a look. I think they like me.
I think they like you too. Could it be that you just ate dinner?
Well, yeah, I was eating and then I wanted to come pet the weasels.
Do you think maybe they think that you're going to give them some food?
Oh my gosh! And I'm gonna like wander back over to the table and like start taking scraps off of people's plates and feeding them to the weasels.
Weasels are very happy for food. All righty. Unless there be anything else before bed, you all go to your rooms. Who's got Ostay's chain?
He's not in my backpack this time.
Somebody needs to declare possession of the chain, please.
I guess if Maev didn't take it from Snaps, then Snaps is still holding it.
Cool. So you all remove yourselves to go, and now that there are 5 of you, you're going to have somebody sleeping alone in a room. Because aren't there normally 6 of you, right? Yeah. Mhm.
I think there aren't there 2 beds per room in this place?
Yeah.
Is it?
So you got 3
Wait,
rooms.
wait. Where is Samity?
Oh,
Amity
I
was
forgot
bunking with
about
Snaps, I
Samity.
think.
Oh.
Samity's probably already up there somewhere in one of the rooms. I totally forgot about Samity. So cool. You just need the 3 rooms. Great. I totally forgot you adopted a human.
We totally adopted a human.
You did. Makes cheese.
Makes the best cheese ever.
We're gonna
Well.
get back to Dybrook and we're gonna get her some cows.
Get her some cows. And where's she gonna live? Is she gonna live in your house with the boys?
Yeah, we'll have the boys build themselves a barn. We got space. She gets the
Okay.
house.
Alrighty. Well, nightfall, lovely, quiet night in this desolate little town of Broughton, where there ain't nothing here but a lighthouse. I totally forgot to have Wart Hurl be totally befuddled about the whole lighthouse situation because his lighthouse was perfectly fine, and not sure what you mean you fixed it.
He's like, I'm just gonna let that one slide because that's a real bad
That
artifact you
didn't
got
make
there,
no
bud.
sense. Yeah. So I believe when you wake in the morning,
Is Samity still awake when we all go to our beds and Snaps is bunking with her?
odd is yes, even is no. Odd is yes. Yes. She is sitting on her bed, twiddling her hair in a knot.
Snaps, as she's kind of getting ready for bed, she kind of stops and looks at Samity. Samity?
Yeah.
Why were you asking everyone about their hobbies?
Well, that's how you get to know people, isn't it? And you know, we were talking about when you guys are done doing this rescuing people thing that you would need something to entertain yourself. You know, you can't do this your whole life. Someday you're gonna like retire and stuff, and I was just wondering what you guys would choose to do. That's all.
If you recall, Snaps was hiding behind her book and didn't get asked.
Didn't get asked? Oh my gosh. What what will you do when, you know, if you decide to stop traveling all over the place and saving people?
I don't. And Snaps is kind of nervously tugging at like the hem of her shirt. Like I don't know. I mean, I take care of dead people. I do burials, and but I don't really have a hobby.
Oh, would you like me to teach you to make cheese?
I would very much like to learn how to make cheese, Samity.
We'll get some milk when we get to the wherever it is we're going. Get me some milk and I will show you. Because see, I have this stuff, and she pulls a little bag, the bag that you all have gotten for her, and she pulls out a little vial and she says, "This is called rennet." And you put it in the milk, and stuff happens. It's magical.
Do you use cow milk or goat milk?
Yes,
Both.
both. Any
Okay.
kind of milk. I knew a lady did it with milk from a boar once. It wasn't very tasty.
I don't know how you'd go about getting boar milk. That seems kind of dangerous.
I don't know. It was just a story I heard. Not a hobby I would like to undertake. Boars can keep their milk. I like cows.
Well, we'll make sure we get you some. We'll
Goats
get you
are
some
okay,
cows.
but I like cows.
We'll get cows. We have a homestead and an orchard and a barn.
Yeah. Orchard. There's an orchard?
Yes.
Like with
Yes.
apples?
I think so. There's an orchard.
If there's apples, we could smash them, mush them, mash them, and the juice that comes out, and you put it in a dark place, and you keep it sealed up tight with wax, and 6 months later, it's not apple juice anymore.
Is that
Very interesting. Some people think it's poison, but it's not. It just makes you laugh a lot.
Well, we will get home and we will get some cows and we will figure out what the heck
How to
kind of
smash
trees
apples.
those are in the orchard. And we'll get some smash apples.
Yeah. And you could come up with, while you're traveling and all the saving of the peoples, you might find other things that you find interesting too, and learn those things too. And maybe by the time you're done traveling around and saving people, you will have a whole bunch of little things that you like to do, not just cheese and apples. Cheese and apples, that sounds tasty. We should try eating those
It
together.
does sound good. It does sound good. You know, I actually, I do kind of know how to play the drums on our holy celebrations. We call it Vigil Night. I'm kind of out of practice, but I always have a lot of fun with that.
Drums are cool.
Maybe I could practice the drums more.
Yeah. You could play. Oh, if you and Foggy, if you end up staying both in Dybrook when you finish adventuring and rescuing people, you could play drums while he does that fire thing.
Oh. And she sort of nervously tums the hem of her shirt again. That sounds nice.
That'd be pretty cool because it's almost like dancing, the thing Foggy does with the fire.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to dance when you've got a rhythm going.
Yeah. We gotta get you a drum now so you can try it out.
Well, I hear there's good shopping in Salt End. A friend of mine wants us to pick up some chocolate there.
We'll have to look for that. I'm
So
kind of
Snap's cat
tired
climbs
though.
in bed. Yeah. Thanks, Amity. And she'll put out the
Okay.
light.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay. That was fun.
That was so wholesome.
So
I'm
wholesome.
totally not plotting.
All right, so Foggy, if this orb turns me evil, you have full license to kill me, right?
Gregory.
Has the player muted himself?
Gregory.
Stunned and silent.
Helps to not have a
Earth.
microphone be off. What's up?
Dusk was talking to you.
I said, all right, Foggy,
Yes.
if this orb turns me evil in the middle of the night, you have full license to kill me, right?
I'd rather not, but I mean, if I wake up in the middle of the night to you attempting to murder me and failing, because Lord knows you can't kill me, yeah.
The shade.
Wow. Right.
Just a little shady
well,
there.
maybe this will give me some sort of superpower I don't already possess.
You know what? That's fair.
You're right. There's a fair chance that you'll come out on top just because I won't have my senses about me,
Well,
my
also,
good
if the
senses.
thing turns you evil, I guarantee you your god's not going to let you cast your magic, so you would be attempting to bludgeon me.
Right. You could take a punch.
Yes.
Right. Okay, good. I
Simple.
like this
If you had your magic, I would be toast, but
plan. Yeah, totally. Right.
Woohoo!
it would not go well. I would get my ass beat by all the magic before I even got close.
It is a hard sell. But all right. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm bushed. So I'm going to just try and get
Sleep?
this over with, this whole sleeping thing, and hope that I wake up.
Yeah.
I will do a little bit of a kind of a look for the moon ritual type thing where I just sort of give thanks to the Moon Maiden for looking out for us, and even though her power almost had the unintended consequences of getting us mobbed by a bunch of undead crazy things, it all turned out okay.
Wasn't her fault.
No, it wasn't her fault. Her power was so powerful that we almost killed ourselves. Yeah, not throwing shade into you, Moon Maiden. No. This is me using your power a little bit without thinking. As usual. Anyway, love, luck, lollipops, dust.
And you can leave the shutters open on the window so that the moon's beam
Right.
is in
I'm
the
gonna,
window all night.
just gonna sleep on the floor in the moonlight tonight. Just to be safe.
Little moonbeam pointing right at you.
Yeah. Move the bed if I can.
You
Okay,
hear the
so-
loud scraping noise upstairs.
Yeah. And Rasa and Maiev are sitting in there. Maev's working on her tattoo, and you hear scream from the boys' room. What are they up to in there?
We're building forts. Don't come in.
And just knock on the wall. Everybody okay in there?
So far, no evil people in here.
Okay.
Who is DMing me now? God damn it.
It wasn't me.
It's
I
not
didn't
you and
do
it's
it.
not Aste. I'm ignoring it.
Okie dokie. So, morning rolls around.
We
The
can long
open
rest 'cause holy
shutters.
hell.
What?
We can long rest because holy hell, I used all of my spell slots.
Yes, definitely long rest it, folks. Dusk is
Woo!
awakened in the morning by the sun pouring in through the window right
Ugh.
in his eyes.
Didn't think. Hey, I woke up. How about that?
And you don't have a drastic urge to travel anywhere in particular.
Yeah.
Or anywhere vague for that matter.
Well, Dusk is going to head downstairs and once again cast see invisibility on himself. If I can find it. The
I
hell's
totally forgot.
there it is. Yep. So I'm just
Yay,
gonna stretch.
Yeah, Maiev and Foggy's turn to roll the D20 wisdom saving throw. I think.
Okay. It's gonna go great.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a big fat 7.
Why am I having trouble?
Okay. At this point, I'm just gonna turn the fucking phone on silent. Because what's happening is I'm in a server that's being ridiculously active right now. That's where that notification keeps coming from, so fuck off. Okay, sorry.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Yeah. Woo. 24?
Cool.
22.
Still way better than my big fat 7.
Yep. Okie dokie. Yeah, so smell of food wafting up from downstairs. When you get downstairs, you find Giga behind the bar. There's only one other person in the place. Somebody who was there last night, actually, just the young kid. Probably you may or may not have met him, but it's the nephew, or I think it was a nephew of the guy who owned the store who didn't come back with you.
More garlic or onion.
Oh, that was
Sorry,
JL
he's
talking
making
in the
tuna.
background.
Yeah, he's making tuna.
So Giga's talking to the young man about, what are we going to do? And now that your brother's gone, or your uncle, or whoever that relationship was, you're going to have to take over the store. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't have a key for the door. I don't know what we're going to do about that. I guess we could break the window.
I'm just gonna elbow Rasa.
Huh?
Now they want the door open.
All right. I'll walk over.
I was gonna just holler
You
over
just
there and be
walk
like,
out the door of the bar and over to the general store without saying nothing?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay,
Which way
I'll
to the
holler
general
over at them and go, I can fix that. I'll holler over to Chica and say, we can fix that. We'll be back. And I'll go over with Rasa to try to get that door open. Moral support.
Well then, I believe it is a sleight of hand check with your proficiency bonus. And with advantage because Maev is somehow helping.
Moral support.
I didn't get to test all my dice to figure out which ones I was using tonight, but oh man, that was a bad. Okay. Sleight of hand plus proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Yeah, I only set it at 10, so you're good. It's not a complicated lock. You've dealt with lots of locks before, and it pops right open. No problem.
We have the towns.
If you peek inside, it's just a very small general store. A little bit of dry food, dry goods, grocery type stuff, and some regular farm implements, coils of rope hanging on the wall.
As long as there's no
then
regular gnolls.
no regular gnolls.
Rasa would probably send Maev back because she doesn't want to leave an unlocked store unmanned.
Oh,
so to
yeah,
speak.
that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'll run back over to the inn and be like, she got the door open for you.
Oh, well, that's great. I guess I'll come see what's what then. And the young man will stroll across the street and enter the store and be, I guess, Since he's not coming back, this is all my stuff now. Do you want to buy some of it?
Sure.
I have rope up there, and that looks like a hoe, and that looks like a shovel. Look, rice.
Dried food is never something that we can say no to.
A big 10-pound bag of rice. Hell holds it out to you. 10 pounds of rice. I have rice. 2 copper. Does that sound right for a bag of rice?
I want to say that sounds right to me as a player.
Rasa would have no clue.
Let's
Maya
go with
genuinely
2
has
copper.
no clue.
Yeah, let's go with 2 copper because I don't know, but sometime in the next couple days I will find all of his papers and stuff, and that will tell me what the thing should cost. But for now, 2 copper for that rice, ma'am.
Deduct 2 copper image.
And look, these are candles. You could have I will give you 2 candles for free as a gratitude for your purchase, ma'am. And he hands you 2 little stick candles.
Those are. No, I got.
Adding it to your inventory, or is that going?
Oh no, I ain't carrying 10 pounds of rice.
What about?
Maya can carry 10 pounds of rice.
Okay. Okay.
We
You're
also
looking at the
have a bag of holding.
strength. You're gonna kill me by the end of the day.
Lady Ross, may I hold these bags of rice for you?
Yeah, you can add the candles. That's
fine.
fine.
The candles are okay. All right, candles. Cancel the candles.
Bite me, dude.
Well, to your back. Adding 2.
So if anybody else wants to browse and see general shit, if there's anything in particular you would like to know if it's in this shop or not, there will be no magic items. It's literally like the supply spot for the people who live in this town.
Gotcha.
Go
ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm looking through.
Is my mom dar going off?
Yeah, I mean, he's awfully young, probably 19, 20-year-old human. Definitely out of his depth, but capable and smart enough that he'll figure it out eventually.
Okay. While everybody is wandering around the shop, just kind of looking and seeing where stuff is, I'm just gonna randomly drop a couple silver in his store.
Just drop it on the floor.
No, like tuck it behind stuff so that when he goes to like do his inventory, he finds it.
Ah, okay.
Dusk is he's looking through the wares. First of all, did he notice anything with his see invisibility around anybody? Okay.
Nope.
He'll let the group know. Like we can talk candidly. Ooh, that's a big word. We can talk openly about our. We don't seem to have our morning visitor today.
Yeah, you turned into the Does he turn into it, or does he just is it? I still don't know how that works.
You've lost me.
That was Maya responding to the morning visitor, bringing up that Aste is not here.
Oh, got it.
Thank you, baby.
Dusk will, let's see. Has some stuff on his show. I'm gonna take a crowbar. I feel like I need to fill out my toolkit, as it were.
How much does a general crowbar cost on D&D Beyond?
5. He said 5 gold.
Okay, the young man is going to go, oh, that looks sturdy.
Sorry, 2 gold. 5 pounds, 2 gold.
Yeah, so that looks pretty sturdy. You could really hurt somebody with that. I would think that that's worth at least a gold piece. You think?
Really? Dusk would be like squint at and like, this is a pretty heavy piece of wrought iron. Took a lot of skill to make. Are you sure only 1 gold?
2 gold?
I'll give you 2.
Okay. Thanks, mister. And he's just got the coins in the copper and the golds in his hand. Just like holding it like a little mouse in his hand, not knowing exactly what to do with it, but he's got it.
And Dusk is going to look down at this boy and just sort of gauge the ridiculousness of this. And just like, listen, put it away, hide it somewhere, so that, you know, when you need stuff for the store or for food or whatever, it'll be yours to use. Or if you need to restock the store. How old are you again? 8 years old? Was it 10 years old?
19. I 19. I know I'm short, but oh, he's gone.
We lost them.
It's never them who have the connection problems.
No, it's really, really weird. And like our power went down for a little bit earlier, so if anything, I thought I was going to be having issues.
Wow, that's weird. How
They're
we're having-
back.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, unless I manually go back to Discord, it doesn't like, trigger anything. What was
That's
the last thing
weird.
you heard?
His answer to your comment is that he'll take the coins and he'll shove them in his pocket. And 19. I know I'm short, but I am 19. And
You're
Giga will help me.
19?
Yeah,
A
and
human?
Giga will help me figure out how to run a store. She said
Right,
she would
well,
help me.
I mean, I'm not really the bean counting type, but just make sure you sell it for more than it takes to buy it or to make it. That's about all I
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
Buy low, sell high.
I just, like I said, I have to find my uncle's papers, and somewhere in those papers, I assume he's written down how much he paid for the stuff that's in here. If he didn't, I'll have to figure it out, I guess.
Well,
I know how to hoe a row in a garden,
well,
so I got a lot of learning to do.
running a business is a lot like planting a garden. The difference is, instead of planting seeds, is you're planting money. And you start with a little seed, a little bit of money that you have to spend, and it grows. And it grows because you sell the thing that you just planted, aka the thing you bought, for more money than you used to plant it, buy it, right?
Right. So if he bought the crowbar for 1 gold piece, and I sold it to you for 2 gold pieces, I grew a seed.
Yes, sort of.
Got it.
It's like you started with 1 carrot and you ended up
Look,
with 2.
there's seeds. And he points over on one of the shelves.
19 years old, right? Okay. Okay. Ooh, sheltered boy, that is. Oh, well, let's see what else I could. I'm just going down the list of things. But until I have another thing, I'm just kind of quietly sitting here.
Anybody else need anything off of the standard adventuring list on D&D Beyond? I mean, he's not going to have like climbing equipment or ball bearings.
Was the 10 pounds of rice given to Snaps to put in the bag, or is someone else holding that?
Rasa said she didn't want to carry it.
You can put it in the bag if it could fit.
Okay. I'll put it in the bag. Snaps was outside this whole time playing with her spyglass and trying to look out at the lighthouse.
Ah.
Oh, do you have carpenter tools?
Do you see carpenter tools, mister? The answer is yes.
He's like, I'm walking around like, well, this seems like things that you do carpentry with.
You'll
Saws.
find a little wooden box that's got a handsaw and a hammer and a little collection of nails wrapped up in some twine. You know, a little carpenter's box on one of the shelves.
So what I'll do is, do you know how much this costs you, da?
No, I haven't had a chance to look for those papers yet. You're still here.
Right. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do then.
But you know what? I didn't buy it. So anything you give me for it is growing a seed. Because I didn't buy it. I bought it for nothing. Because it was already here. Right?
And like, while the intelligence side of Dusk is like, well, that's actually a pretty good argument. The wisdom side of him is like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I mean, it cost my uncle something, but it didn't cost me anything. So
well, then here, that's all gravy for you. Just because I don't really know what these go for, I'm just going to give you 10 gold. And if
that seems like a lot.
It is a lot, but it's okay because you know what? I think you need a little bit of seed money to make sure that any mistakes go, they're covered, right? But here's the deal. I'll give you this 10 gold. And if you find out one day that this costs way less than 10 gold, next time I come through, you can give me my change.
Okay. What's your name?
Dusk
and he
Heartfire.
scrounges around for a piece of paper, looking all around trying to find a piece of paper. Finds a little book and flips it open and goes, all these numbers in here. This is going to be those papers I was talking about. Okay, what's your name? And he starts scribbling.
Just Heartfire. But I'll do you one better. I'll give you my business card. And he picks out one of those little carvings of the Moon Maiden token and gives it to him. And it's like, all you gotta do is show you one of those, and you'll know it's me. This is little token of the Moon Maiden.
Well, that's just beautiful. Did you make that?
I did with me bare hands and some tools, but those were wood carving tools. I'm going to see about maybe upgrading my skills a little to the more large size, because I got some projects that I got to do back in the Dyebrook area, and I need some tools to help me do it.
Oh, well, this is absolutely beautiful, mister. Very, very nice.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much.
And he drops it in his pocket with the coins.
Right. May the blessings of Saludania.
Blessings of that on you too.
Thank
you.
Much obliged. And he'll just turn around and walk away.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna buy like a handful of seeds and give him 5 gold.
Wow, those must be really cool seeds, and shoves the gold in his pocket. I mean, I never bought the seeds I was planting, but that's some expensive seeds. If you're sure that's what they're worth, and he'll shove the money in his pocket.
He said seed money more. I don't know. I don't know, bud. They look really cool. So yeah.
Maiev go get her MBA when we weren't looking.
Maiev has acquired 2 packets of pumpkin seeds. But not the kind you eat, the kind you plant. Like they're germinatable pumpkin seeds, not roasted pumpkin seeds.
2 packets?
2 packets of pumpkin seeds.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be having pumpkin pie in a year.
Hell yeah.
All righty, moving on. We've spent enough time with this young man. Everybody's found the things that they were hoping to find.
Yeah.
And you collect Jezebel and Wine Drinker. I think that's their names.
Yes.
Get your shit in order and people in the cart, and Amity comes scurrying out and climbs up in there. Where are we going next?
Onwards.
Onwards, preferably on a map.
To the place they call Salt End Landing, I believe. It's where yours truly, I think many of us have entered this place. Came in by way of the docks there.
I've never been there.
Well, okay.
Maiev and Rasa showed up on the shore south of Welton. Well, south and closer to Dybrook. At the end of the river that Dybrook is on is where Rasa and Maiev showed up.
Okay.
Foggy, I think, probably came in by way. Where did you come in by? Foggy, do you remember?
Foggy wouldn't really know.
You wouldn't remember, okay. Because he came in a box?
He came in a box sealed in as this is a thing that's dangerous, we're going to put it in a box and throw it on that island.
Mm-hmm.
So he has no idea where on a map he came from. If you asked where he was born, he could point to that on a map, but how he got to the island, no fucking idea.
Got it.
I think it was like one of the few things that Dusk, the earliest memory that isn't like feels like it's fogged up from all the shenanigans, was feeling like he was coming out of a literal fog as the ship was entering the area of Sultan.
Okay. Cool.
I'd
So
say
you may be a little familiar with Salt End Landing.
Yeah, maybe. Not. I don't think he paid too much attention to surroundings, but he might know where the Cerulean
view
is.
The Cerulean view.
Mm-hmm. Cerulean it is. Alrighty. Well, it's going to only take you in your little cart and horse-drawn carriage thing. I think it's only going to take like 4.5 hours to get to Salt End Landing. And again, you are traveling on a trade road. There is no reason to have to roll survival checks because it's a fucking road.
Yep.
No branch.
It's a well-defined road, and it's a pretty view. If you look out the left side of your carriage, you will see beautiful ocean views. The something sea is out there, and it is beautiful, and it's the trackless sea, and it is blue, shades of blue, clear blue, and then aquamarine and just sparkling in the sun. It's a beautiful, beautiful view. You see bits of beach here and there. It's lovely, and it's a fantastic drive. Is there any role play to be done in this car ride, or shall we jump straight to the next map?
How's the research going on that book?
It's going. Where the hell am I? It's been months. It's somewhere written on this piece of paper. She's like halfway through it finally.
This is the book that makes you smarter?
No, this is the golden book of
Exalted Deeds.
people.
I can't remember what it does for you.
Exalted deeds.
Does
Eventually,
raise
it will
your
increase
wisdom?
my wisdom.
Wisdom,
Yeah.
okay. It will make you more wise. It will also
And
make you
it'll
glow a bit.
give me a halo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was there some research going into the bestiary too as well?
Mhm.
That's right. So,
I think
somebody was
Rasa
looking at
and Maiev
bestiary
were
books.
studying bestiary books.
Yup.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm a terrible note taker, guys.
Yeah, yeah, clearly.
It's also been 3 months.
Yeah, it has been a tick since we
A hot
played.
minute. A hot minute.
So at this point, your recollections of your earlier days are kind of lost to you to a certain extent. You're remembering bits and pieces as you go, but you still have a clear memory of being knocked off that bridge?
I think
As clear as it ever was.
as clear as it ever was. Yeah, like to the extent that has anything has come back to him, it's still very vague. Like it's either blocked from him or just caught off guard. He's not sure, but yeah,
Yeah.
sort of a blur. So when I think the description of the thing came from like that time, I think he messaged his mother, right? And kind of got
Yeah.
of it. Or no, that was the moon maiden, right?
You had a dream.
It was a dream.
Yeah, you had
right?
a dream that night, and that
Right.
night was day 48.
Right. And that was yeah, that's about sort of he woke up in a cold sweat and just sort of like it's starting to come together, but it's still not clear to him precisely what happened that made him lose his initial memory, but that was
So that was
obviously
day 48.
Mm-hmm.
So if the
It was the
description
night of day
happened,
48.
okay, so the description to the party went out on day 49, and today is only day 51. 49, 50, 51. We're now on the morning of day 52. So you've had 3 full days to study your books. Did I tell anybody how long it would take you to find the information?
It was going to take 2 days if we were looking.
And let's assume you've been looking at night. And so, Maiev, let's see, do I have a picture to show you?
Oh God, do you?
I don't know.
I don't even remember what I'm looking for.
I think you had showed
Yeah.
a picture,
So,
but
Maiev like flips open the book and says, "Look at this thing. Does this look familiar?" "No, that doesn't look familiar." And then as you're driving along and you shout out, Maiev pops up out of the sunroof of this carriage with her book and sort of flunks it down on the roof of the carriage and flips it open to a page and says, "Does this look familiar? And how do I show it to you?" I go like this, and I go like this, and I go like this.
right.
"Does that look familiar?" And the answer is yes. Yes, it does.
Oh, I
And
don't
so
like that.
that definitely like sends a chill down Dusk's spine, and that cold sweat sort of immediately comes back, and he starts slowing down the carriage, just sort of like, I just need a minute here. just to ponder this. What mind? Can one of you drive while I take a look at this? I don't know. Can anyone here drive except me?
I think
I
you're
think
the only
you're
one
the
who
only
has
Although Ross has been sitting
proficient.
next to you, keeping an eye out.
It's like
That's true. Rasa could just grab the reins and try and hold them still.
they drive themselves. They're smart enough, and
So that image is next to this name if you want to look it up on D&D Beyond.
I don't particularly, but I do need the information.
and so yeah, Dusk will begin reading. What's known about these things, and I don't know if anything
And
like
it wouldn't be surprising. I'm sure the book will tell you details about the thing, but it wouldn't be surprising at all based on what you're finding in that book. To find one of those things at the spine of the world would not be far-fetched thing.
and there would probably be stories, kind of stories that you would tell children, like ghost stories, the kind that are somewhat for entertainment, but also for as a precautionary tale. And maybe like that's like the thing that kind of in the base of his mind, like he's remembering, is somewhat exaggerated, maybe, but for the intent of getting a kid to, you don't want one of these things. You do not want to encounter one. So listen to your mind, and stay inside the village, and don't go wandering up
It could
until,
swallow you whole.
and yeah, and so he's sort of like just taking in the information, hoping that something will make sense, other than the fact that the guilt of this getting by him, because he sort of remembers that he was sort of self-appointed the guardian, the watcher, because everyone else in his village were more druidic in nature. They weren't. Dusk was a bit of an oddball in terms of moving away from druid path, becoming this kind of weird cleric person who was worshiping the moon maiden, which everyone sort of knew, and there was reverence, but to be like out in the woods on the edge of the village, sort of patrolling, waiting, sort of taking what were comparatively minor threats and controlling things, being the occasional one that saved maybe one of the kids who didn't listen to the woods themselves, go collect something, ended up in the wrong path of like a bear or a wolf or something, but nothing nearly as monstrous as this. So the humbling of the fact that there was no way that Dusk would ever have been able to take this on by himself. Sort
Might
of is
relieve some of his guilt.
he it's sort of it's a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, there's no way you it's either what happened to you would have happened to you or you would have been dead. Sort of like, it's by the grace of the Moon Maiden that you're still alive, and you're just fortunate that no one else. Apparently, the druids of the village were able to put up enough of a defense to save the town and the village from whatever this thing was doing. Going into a civilized area.
Yeah, I think there were some losses. You lost one of your elders, I think.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So there's still a little bit of guilt, but he also is just like that moment when you're like, there's nothing you could have done. There's just nothing. You were wrestling with bears and wolves, and this thing is like a whole army of wolves against. So there's a
Yeah.
it's a mixed bag for Dusk, where it does kind of relieve it, but also at least there's just some closure, some clarity.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is described as huge.
Right.
So what does huge look like in?
It's like 15 by 15 feet cube, so like pretty big. It's like
Yeah.
a trailer,
Yeah. I
know,
mean, yeah.
quite
And
as
so
long.
that size issue would be described for you in the book,
You're right.
and it would be clear and obvious that it's amazing that anybody survived an encounter with that thing.
Right. So he probably has some questions for the Moon Maiden at some point lodged away, but he sort of leans into the idea that he was saved, and perhaps the memory was more to protect him from trying to run back to town to intervene, and only to get killed that way. So he's trying to rationalize a little bit, like maybe like it wasn't the injury, it wasn't the monster itself, it was just the Moon Maiden doing something to Dusk to make sure he doesn't get himself killed. At least that's his rationalization.
Wait, the Moon Maiden prevented you from going back to town, or you chose to run away?
That's what Dusk is rationalizing right now. Like maybe it was the Moon Maiden that took my memory away, so that I didn't know what it was, so that I didn't feel compelled to run back to try and help and only get myself killed. Like he's
Did you
trying
ever
to.
ask the Moon Maiden why you couldn't remember what the monster was?
I don't think I have that direct skill yet. Commune?
Yeah.
I don't think I have commune yet, do I? I don't think so.
You've only recently started chatting with the deity.
Yeah.
It just started happening since you landed in Dybrook for some reason.
Like I have divination, but that's it.
Yeah.
And that's just straight yes or no, isn't it?
It's sort of like this is what we're trying to do. I think, or no, it's augury. Where's divination? Unless I do have commune and I just haven't used it yet.
Yeah, commune is the one that you can ask 3 questions.
I do have commune. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
Well, next long rest, Dusk. Spirit. Because it's a ritual
So
that I don't need.
Dusk is flipping through this book, and Ross is hanging on to the reins, and Jezebel is veering just slightly toward the ocean.
And then he's just gonna kind of fold the book with kind of like a big clap, like when you fold a big book and it makes that kind of thump. And he's gonna kind of. Jeez. He's like, "What are you doing, Russell? You're gonna take us into the ocean, you crazy lizard lady." It's like, haven't I taught you better than that?
Crazy lizard lady? Did you really say that?
Dragon lady, maybe? I don't know. Something along those lines.
All right, Karnask is going to be called a crazy lizard dude from now on.
No.
Okay. No.
So yeah, I'll gently take the reins back while making eye contact with Rasa, like, Lady Rasa, no offense, but I think you need a few more hours behind the reins before we can formally assign you your permit to drive the carriage. And he'll just kind of guide the horse, like, like knowing like the horses were trying to do, but they were like, "Why are you pulling me over?" Like it's like, okay, you do your thing, horses. Don't worry.
Jezebel drops some road apples.
Just some road out. All right. Dusk will sort of breathe in the fresh air, take in the scenery, think of all the things that have happened to get him to this point, and just sort of sigh and think about the orb, think about the dragon, think about all these things that are a threat. And he's gonna sort of say, "Not again," under his breath. Never again.
Maiev will move her comforting hand from his shoulder and ruffle his hair.
All right, I'm trying to drive here.
Okay, fine. I'll take
You
the
get-
book
you-
back and go back into the carriage.
See if they have something about monsters that like constantly watch people in their moments of privacy.
What? And she's like down into the thing, and just you hear furious page flipping.
Page flipping. Can I have a
Snaps.
history check from Dusk?
Okay. All right. Dusk. History check. Gonna be terrible. Would this be something he would be, consciously guiding himself to do, perhaps, or is this a?
No,
Okay.
it's just a me thing. Just do your thing.
Okay. Ooh, history. Ooh, an 18.
Cool.
Nice.
So you've redirected Jezebel, and there's a companionable silence between you and Rasa. Maiev has tucked herself back down, and you're ruminating over what now you have a mental image of what that monster looks like, and you're thinking about your past and that encounter and what you can and can't remember. And the image of your mother's face just sort of glides through your memory. It looks more familiar this time. You recognize your mother's face.
Hmm. Boy, my allergies are really bad this side of the coast. Or is it raining and I just don't know?
So, as the road approaches,
As
what?
if we get down the road a little ways, that last little comment that Dusk threw at Maiev, Snaps kind of stops reading her book, and she's thinking for a minute, and she kind of ruffles the pages. She's not really reading her book anymore. And then she says, I actually do have a thought about our invisible watchers.
And she like stops her furious page flipping. Huh?
I think it might be Blurry Guy.
Oh fuck.
Well, that's a good theory.
Remember there were those bandits that they had their hair taken, and we kind of theorized about the hair being used for scrying.
Yeah.
Right.
What if, I saw a blurry guy up in the mountains. What if I try to message him?
Well, I doubt there's many other blurry guys in the world other than him.
They keep peeking in on us, whoever it is. Not like we've got a good relationship with the guy anyway. He did get away after that fight, and Ross's dragon friend came to help us.
Can't hurt. Maybe tonight. Save. Don't know what's up ahead of us today. I don't know. You're gonna need your wits about you.
And as you say that, you're rounding a bend and you see there's a town just ahead. Probably be there in about 10, 15 minutes.
Wow, we're over here.
It's at that point that Foggy, pulling himself out of the spiral of thought that he was kind of stuck in for a minute, sort of leans out one of the windows and goes, "Yeah, hey Dusk, when are we gonna? Never mind," and then goes back in.
And Snaps has closed her book and she is counting on her fingers like she's drafting a message.
Right. Well,
He's supposed to disguise.
this guy's who? Foggy?
Foggy,
Huh?
put your scarf on.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah,
remember what town you were hoping to avoid being recognized in. This was just player not remembering.
Yeah, is this the one, Mama, that we talked about previously? Because like
Yeah.
I have a feeling that if there is a place that a ship showed up and dropped off a person, it would be Sultan Landing. So
It is definitely a shipping town. There are docks. You
Yeah,
can
so
see
he
the
will,
docks from here.
Yeah, he'll scarf up and try to hide his appearance at least a little bit.
Before you show us whatever awesome map there is, can we take a potty break?
Yes, I need to go potty too. So that works out beautifully. I'll break. Back in a minute.
Smokies, smokies.
Okie dokie.
I'll pause the record for that.
44 now. Quarter.
And we're
Okay.
back.
And we're back,
we
so
have
I have to
Riggs
cough.
with us.
And Foggy is
We have-
disguising himself.
Foggy is wearing a scarf. And we have what with us, Burris?
We have Riggs.
Riggs. One of the cats.
Yes.
Happy kitties. Okay. As the road approaches your destination, you can see that the town itself is nestled between the foothills of the southernmost tip of the Calamite Mountain Range and the clear blue of the trackless sea. Salt End Landing is bisected by trade and economic interests. I gotta get this little bookmarky thing and I gotta drag it down here and put it on here. Did it work? It didn't work, did it? Let me try that again. Take this little bookie mark thing and drag it down here and put it on this map. There we go.
Oh. New map, new map.
Whoop, whoop.
New map. You're arriving from this end of town. It is bisected by economic/trade interests here where you've arrived. And then as you get closer and closer and up into town, you can tell that the other end of town is more geared toward tourist and visitor interests. Most of the affordable businesses and housing structures of that sort seem to be in this trade area, whereas the buildings and houses further up on the artsy end of town are more luxurious and gracefully appointed and spread apart. The sky is a vivid canvas painted with hues of orange, pink, and purple, while there are some fluffy little white clouds floating by. Currently, there's a gentle breeze carrying the sweet scent of blooming flowers, mixed with a tang of fresh fish and salt air. Remember, though, that the weather in seaside locations can be fickle. There could be a sudden thunderstorm that envelops the shoreline, drenching everything in its path. But fear not. The people of this small city are always prepared for such surprises, and they will rush to close their windows and open their umbrellas, laughing and splashing in the puddles as they go about their day. Here and across town, you can just make out the various docks and mooring points reaching out into the remarkably blue and sparkling sea. The town itself is comprised of about twice the number of buildings, using slightly more sophisticated construction than you find in Dybrook. Everything you can see simply exudes a commitment to the prominence of upscale art and trade. Just inland from the town, you can see there is a cluster of additional buildings that are clearly part of the town, but separated from it by a sturdy but beautiful stone wall. As you enter the town, you will stroll or roll past a myriad of shops and residences. all facing absolutely clear views of the docks and the sea beyond. If you were to walk the full length of this town, you would find tailors, dressmakers, florists, booksellers, bakeries, an emporium that seems to offer every variety of basic living and travel need you might want. There's a weaponsmith, an armor shop. Interspersed throughout are a number of smaller shops like the Weaver and Drycott, with a single vendor offering a single type of product that they specialize in, like an herbalist or something. It looks like you could find just about any mundane item in this town if you're willing to wander the streets for a few hours. You are arriving in town at the Southern Docks. The first real place of business that you run into is the Tattered Sail, which appears to be some sort of restaurant or inn or bar.
Wow.
And they clearly have a barn or stables of some sort right here at the edge of town. And that's where I will shut up and let you tell me what you want to do first.
Well,
Well,
hmm.
would Dusk remember how far up Cerulean View is?
You could assume that the Tattered Sail is a very down-to-earth establishment.
Right.
And if you have heard of the Cerulean View, here, do a history check. Let's find out if you remember the Cerulean View in particular. Because I don't know what kind of ship you would have arrived on.
It would have been like a passenger ship, no, like maybe some cargo, but crazy. No.
Okay.
9 history.
Okay, but you would have come in on a passenger ship, not just strictly freight.
Correct.
Okay, then yes, you would know that the Cerulean View is on the other end of town, and it was fancy.
Okay. Well, we can stay down here with the good folk, the good honest folk here on this side of town, or we can rub elbows with the more of the people maybe Lady Rasta more familiar with. On the other side of town up ahead, where the Cerulean View is. So we can either hang out here and get ready and explore before we meet Worth Earl here, and or maybe we need to talk about this whole thing with Worth Earl, because last time he had us on going some sort of job, it was rather questionable motives, or at least the subject of his interest was questionable, right?
Player
It was
cannot
that old
remember.
temple.
Right, the temple with the writing that they wanted the rubbings of, and there was the spirit of the thing that said that the thing was like an
It was
elder
Bad
god or
stuff.
something ancient and evil, would not bode well if it were messed with. So we decided to F that and destroy the writing. He's not behind me, is
Yeah.
He's Snaps actually looks, unless he's invisible.
Worth Earl's right behind me, is he? That'd be such a Worth Earl thing.
Well, talking's usually good, and Maiev is trying so very hard, so very, very hard to keep her focus on the group and not on the large body of water to her left.
You'll be able to swim soon. Just, I don't know what the water's like.
Find out.
I guess you don't really care, though, do you?
No, I just
All right.
want to know what's down there.
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and park this here at the Tattered Sail and get Jezebel and Wine Drinker set up. Just I'll catch up with y'all in a few if you decide to stroll on ahead or get things situated in rooms.
Did Dusk tell us that the cerulean view is fancy?
I probably would have said hoity-toity or something like. It's a more snooty.
Mm.
Rasa
That
would be able
explain
to
why
teach us
Warsaw
how to
wanted to
behave
base
there, probably etiquette and whatnot.
Does Rasa want to babysit us, though?
Nope. But
Or we have to meet Wartface, Wart, whatever his name is, over there.
Well, as you pull up on the barn area, a young man will come out and greet you and ask if you'd like to have them take care of your horse and carriage while you're in town, or are you just passing through?
I don't know how long we'll be here. So why don't we plan on minimum of a night, and we'll figure that out in the morning, okay?
All right, that'll be 6 silver, sir.
Oh, of course, and he'll tip an extra couple silver.
All righty, well, once you've disembarked from your vehicle, I'll get you taken care of.
Right. Oh, and
No rush, take your time.
he's gonna slip him a gold and be like, "That one over there is particular on her beverage of choice, if you know what I mean. Just a Merlot will be fine. You know, nothing crazy."
You get a very confused, sort of blank, quizzical look. Did you say Merlot?
That's what my gold coin I just shoved in your hand said. Yes,
The horse.
the horse.
Merlot, like wine?
Is there any other type of Merlot that you're thinking of?
Right. Okay. Both horses or just the one?
Just, I mean, you could give it to the other one, but I don't think Jezebel is a fan. A bit more of a
Okay.
teetotaler, maybe.
All right. Well,
Never really asked.
this is the first time I've ever been asked to feed a horse wine, but I will do it.
I mean, you could feed some other things. She's not like a lush. I mean, maybe a little bit, but that's what Jezebel keeps her on the straight and narrow for. So
Maya
Okay.
just leans over and strokes Wine Drinker like, "Don't worry, girl. He doesn't mean it."
she's a functional alcoholic. That's what I say. She just likes her grape juice. That's been fermented for a while.
Just likes
Okay.
her old
Well,
grape juice.
he will
It's
follow your instructions to the T.
yes. If anyone gives you trouble, it's just fermented grape juice for my horse, not wine. You know, people get weird about it. But that's why I gave you this nice shiny gold coin for you.
Plenty
For this
enough for a bottle of wine. I will definitely feed your horse a bottle of wine.
for this very simple task.
Okay. And as soon as you all get out of the carriage, he will drag it around back and do preparations for storing and guarding and, maintaining and feeding and watering and wining your horses.
And
What
Maya
are you
is in
going to
the water.
do? And Maiev is in the water. She climbed down the rocks and is standing in the water. If you walk all the way out into the water, you will find that it is laden with seaweed and fish.
Fish.
Fish. All the fish. It's relatively deep relatively quickly. Because there are ships out here. So there is very little walking before you're chest deep in water. Maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 steps, and you are gliding down the sludgy sand and into a relatively deep bay of water. And it's up over your head within, I don't know, 15 feet of those rocks. It's deep. And there are a lot of fish weaving in and out amongst the seaweed. All named Dory.
All named Dory.
Why not?
Man, she was
Just
gonna
swimming
sit
around
there
like crazy.
and name them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lots of fish.
Lots of fish. I'm gonna try to pet some of the fish.
In general, fish are not fans of being pet, but you could give it a try. Andarasi. Andarasi. Okay, what else is happening? Oh,
You
really?
were-
I mean,
So this place that we have, we're boarding the horses and keeping the carriage. Is it also an inn, or
the
are we
tattered
gonna
sail
stay at
does,
the?
it does appear to be a restaurant or bar of some sort, and it does appear to have an upstairs.
Do we want to see if we're gonna stay here, or do we want to go stay at the fancy place? Snaps has never been in this town before.
Okay, Maya
let's
is
just-
talking to the fishes.
let's just hang with these folks tonight, and we'll see where our meeting with Worth Earl takes us. 'Cause
Yeah.
we want to upgrade. I'm fine with these accommodations as of they are.
Okie dokie. And that way we won't be meeting old Wort Hurl, where we're staying. Okay. So Snaps is gonna go see what the room situation, if any, looks like, how much it costs, etc.
So the door is open, and there is quite a bit of noise pouring out through the door. A, a racket of people, and as you enter, you realize this place is poppin' for middle of the day. It's quite full up and crowded and stuff. There's a lot of people in here eating food, and maybe it's lunch break for the sailors and the dock workers. But this place is full
Do
of
these
people.
people and this place looks like the patrons look like locals rather than visitors?
Definitely, there are locals, there are uniformed sailors, and some fishermen smelling like fish, and quite a few clearly grubby, sweaty, muscly men and women who probably work the docks.
Okay. I mean, we're not a hoity-toity bunch, and also usually if you go to a place that has a bunch of locals, that usually means it's pretty good. So Snaps is gonna go try to find somebody who looks like they work here.
There will be a bar at one end, behind which stands a rather harried man, probably in his early 50s, that's just slinging the ale as fast as he can get it out there. And there's a woman that comes out from a kitchen area with plates of food and is just like clack, 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 clack on the tables and runs back to the kitchen to get some more. It's definitely the lunch rush.
Yuki.
And okay, what can I get for you, ma'am? You're here for lunch? There's a table back over
Actually,
there, and he points at a table.
Do you have rooms to stay for the night?
Well, yes and no. I have rooms, but you can't stay in them tonight because they're all full. I think I may have a room available tomorrow, but I don't know that does you much good now.
Hey, thanks. We're gonna have to find somewhere else to stay.
Well,
Thanks. And she just gives him thumbs up.
there's a place up on the other end of town if you can afford it. It's called the Cerulean View. They always have empty rooms because they're kind of expensive. But if you don't have that kind of funds, if you don't have that kind of money, and there's always just this way out, and he points back the direction you came from. If you don't mind a little, camping, you could just head out this way, and that little patch of woods right there outside of town does get patrolled by the workers during the night to make sure anybody who's camping outside of town, because a lot of traders, they can't afford a place like the Cerulean View. And so they'll camp in tents and stuff out there. So some of our boys, they just sort of patrol the place at night to make sure it's safe. You're welcome to camp
Gotcha.
out there in the woods if you want.
Gotcha. So camping or fancy pants place uptown.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. My wife and I stayed there one night. It's nice. If you can afford it, you should. It's nice. I'm just saying. Oh, yes, sir. I'll be right with you. And he turns and goes.
She'll thank him, and she's actually going to toss him a silver for his trouble.
Oh, that's awfully kind of you. And that's awfully kind of you. Come back for some ale later. And turns and goes and does the thing.
Okie dokie. I'm going to regroup with everybody else and let them know the situation. Apparently, it's
I
only fancy
first-
pants town.
Before you leave the space,
Okay.
I would like to ask you for when you came in here, were you 100% hyper focused on asking about rooms, or were you paying attention to your surroundings and the people in it?
She was kind of looking around to get the lay of the land in this place and see who is staying here. Like I said, locals or travelers, etc.
Yeah, cool. So you might have heard a couple of snippets of conversation. Give me a perception check, and that will tell me whether you heard what I want to know if you heard.
Okay, perception is going to be a lot. Total of 23.
It. Okay. So you did hear one couple who were dressed in relatively nice attire and who have coats over the back of their chair, even though it's nice and warm and sunny outside. They got coats hanging over the back of their chairs, and they look a little more dressy than the average in the room. And you hear them talking back and forth about, we really should check out that gallery that guy mentioned. And then there's another couple that you walked past and you overheard. Let's see here. It was a 23. You overheard a woman. And she says, "It's just strange, Marcus. It's like they run out of something. I can't explain it. It just feels wrong, and I don't understand, and I don't know how to help them." And his response to her, and he's got flour all over him, like he's obviously on lunch break from a bakery or something. And his response is, "I don't know, Muriel, can't you just teach him and let it sort it out for itself? Let them sort it out for themselves?" And then you make your way to the bar and you have that conversation and then you head out.
On my way out, do I hear anything else from that couple that was talking? The second one? Something's run out of something.
It's like they run out of something. Something about the spark gets dull. And she looks really almost a little bit frustrated that her husband isn't as upset or worried as she is. Or whoever she's eating the meal with. I assumed her marital status for you, sorry.
Well, I'm not gonna butt into someone's private conversations. I'm just make a note of it and go back out to
Hey,
the gang.
excuse me. Sorry to interrupt your lunch, but what was
But what
that?
are you folks talking about?
What do you mean something runs out? Slide right into the booth. Ugh. All right, so I'm gonna go regroup with the gang and let them know our options. Apparently, there's no room here, no room at the inn. There's only the Fancy Pants place uptown, or we can go camp in the woods.
Maev is removing seaweed from her armor top.
Yeah, there's a little piece wrapped around your ankle, dragging behind you like you stepped on toilet paper in the gas station.
Love it.
Very good.
Oh, we gotta meet what's his face at the Fancy Pants place anyway.
I mean, we can see what the Fancy Pants. We could pace the place, see what it looks like, see how expensive it is, and if we don't want to stay there, we can go camp in the woods. Apparently, the workers patrol, so it's like pretty safe.
Nice.
Dusk will just walk in from the take care of the horses. All right, so what's the room situation like?
It's either Fancy Pants or camping in the woods.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm game for either. The woods are always
I
nice.
think we're gonna go check out the fancy place, and if we don't like it, we'll camp in the woods. We're no strangers to
Alright.
camping in the
We'll come
woods.
back and wine drinker and Jezebel if we think it's worth it. All right. What time of day is it now? Mid-noon?
Midday, lunchtime.
Okay.
Yeah, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right.
And
Well,
we're
why don't
pretty
we
busy
just...
in there.
well, we can go stroll the boardwalk and... I don't have anything...
See what there is to see.
Right.
Sure. I will tell you that all of the shops who sell that kind of paper and ink will currently have a combined total of 600 gold pieces available. So if Aste had been with you, he might have been shopping for that kind of paper and ink. And so, as people playing a game, you should decide how much your characters would buy for him, assuming that he'd ever mentioned to any of you that he uses a special kind of paper and ink. And
Professor does like to talk.
common
He did
sense
identify
would tell
stuff.
you, yeah,
and
and common sense would tell you that if you're going to find fancy shit, this town is where you're going to find it.
Yeah.
And Snaps does know a wizard, even though she doesn't know much about wizardy things.
Yeah. So you would know that there's special ink and paper that Aste might have been shopping for had he been with you. And you also have a pretty strong feeling he's not going to find it in Dybro.
When are we meeting, Lord Hurl?
Dinner.
Dinner time.
Okay.
Like 4
Wander
hours.
and do some shopping, and
Yeah.
then go see about rooms and meet
Right.
Lord Hurl. Okay.
So
I'll
you
tell
guys
you.
need to decide how much of that paper and ink you will purchase on Aste's behalf. Or we can decide that you'll figure that out during bookkeeping next session.
I think it's safe to say we will buy some. I just don't know how much is a lot.
How much?
How much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see how much money he has in his personal pockets. Hold on. Sorry again, Andrew. I'm peeking in your shit.
Currently, his personal pockets are currently in the Astral Sea.
Yeah, his personal pockets are in the Astral Sea, but when he's with you, he's got in excess of he's got a lot of money. He's not a lot, but he's got you all have quite a bit of money after your last session, actually.
Yeah.
But he's got well more than $600 gold pieces available if you think he would want that.
Just
I was
clean them
gonna
out.
say I'd be willing to pony up at least 100 if needed.
Snaps, how much money do you have in the party funds?
Party funds.
You say take out a party fund.
Yeah, let's see. Holding back up because it is in the bag. I mean, there's more than 170 platinum. There's more than 700 gold in there.
Yeah. So why don't you guys just take the 600, just make a note somewhere in the bag of holding that you could have purchased up to 600 gold pieces worth of stuff, magic paper and ink for Oste, and he can decide how much he would have spent. Unless you guys want to just take it out of the party funds.
We'll let him judge because
Okay.
he may not need a lot. I don't know.
Well, as a wizard, it's the only way he can transcribe scrolls into his spellbook.
Right.
I can see the professor explaining this to us over dinner, and our eyes kind of glazing over, but then we all
Oh, yeah.
kind of sort of remember parts of what he said when we're standing here in the middle of town.
Yeah.
All right.
I can agree with that.
One thing that I think I didn't message you about, but if Snaps spots an herbalism kit, she will pick up one of those. I don't think I included that in my shopping wish list.
I think Rasa might be interested in possibly finding some healing potions.
Yeah, there you go. There's the practical one. Looking for practical items.
I'm just looking
Meanwhile,
for
Maev is looking for pants.
Fancy pants.
Fancy pants.
Snaps actually has proficiency with an herbalism kit, and I never actually got her one.
My apologies. The family shit that I was spelling out for Ashley as we logged in this evening, I need to be alert and attentive when my phone goes off. And a relative has just asked if I'm still awake. So I am waiting to hear his response and have not heard anything that Snap said.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need us to wait?
Yes. Well, if you would repeat what it was you were asking me for, if you were asking me for anything. You said, can you find an herbalism kit?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, she has proficiency with them, but she doesn't. I've never gotten her one, and it's not something I messaged you about.
Got it. Well, there is
So I
an
don't know if
herbalist
we can
in
find one.
town, and if the herbalism kit is on the standard D&D supplies you could have bought when you created your character, then it is available in this town, but it will cost 15% more than the published price.
Okie dokie.
The Lappy Tappy is trying to die. I know, Riggs. I'm moving. How dare I disrupt your comfort? How dare I? I know. I'm the worstest. I'm back. It's okay. You can go back to sleep now. Didn't mean to sit on your paw, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maev will be looking for fancy pants for everyone.
Mhm. Snaps now has an herbalism kit with mortar and pestle, pouches, vials, clippers, herbalism shit. Inventory. Let me find. Where?
She said 15% up.
15% upcharge is correct.
Okay, so 18. That was stupid. I need my calculator still. Come back.
Uncle Jim sends his love to Gregory and Ashley.
We sends the loves back.
Snaps went into an herbalism shop. There might have been potions there.
Yes, let me roll some dice for you to tell you how many there would have been.
Since Rasa was looking for health potions.
Yeah. You can get 5 superiors, 7 graders, and up to 20 general cheapo ones. And I'll need you to look up what those prices normally are.
So you said 5, 7, 20?
5 graders, 7, what did I say, superiors?
5 superior, 7 greater,
5
up to
superior, 7
20
greater,
generic.
and up to 20 generic ones.
I think it's
Okay,
50 for
everything
the
is fine.
see. Well, I'm seeing one site say 50 for regular healing, 100 for greater, 500 for superior. That seems cheap. No, that maybe it was.
Okay, I would have that on my thumb drive. Hold on. I forgot I got a new computer. And with my new computer, some stuff is not filed where it normally is filed. Sane magical item prices. Sane magical item prices. Find. A standard is 50 gold. A superior is 450 gold. A greater is 150 gold, and you would pay the 15% markup on these numbers. And a supreme is 1,350 gold. I'm going to do that again. Standard is 50. Greater is 150. Superior is 450. And supreme, which they didn't have, is 1,350. And then you would pay a 15% markup.
So,
It's to do maths.
Tell me what you want.
I have to figure out how much stuff I anyway. I'm leaning towards the graders, which
Graders were the 150s.
graders were only 150.
Yes.
% plus is 170 gold pieces in this town.
Where did it go, William? What was the 450s then?
450 was the
Sure.
superiors.
There's something bigger than a superior?
Yes, there
Supreme.
is a supreme.
Supreme.
Oh, okay.
The superiors would be 517 gold in this town.
Give me a minute to think things through somewhat quickly, which really does not happen.
While we're all wandering about, well, actually, before we all disperse, Maiev made sure to make an effort to give a great big, very tight hug to everybody, and then take Samity with her.
Mm-hmm.
You may have felt a little bit like she was trying to grab your butt.
Well, being that you have decided to go shopping with Samity, I would suggest that you stop in a cheese shop. And Samity would have the opportunity to check out the local cheeses and maybe buy some other cheese making stuff because she doesn't have a lot of personal objects with her, and some of the tools of the trade and other types of rennet would be available.
She does have at least 50 gold that we can give her.
Yeah, so she would spend, I don't know, probably 25 of that gold on
Oh, Maiev would spend
various samples of
25.
cheese and supplies.
Maiev would spend the 25 while she's doing all that.
Okay. So she's sampling cheese and asking about what you use to make this cheese. This is goat cheese? Oh, this is goat cheese. Oh, it's so squishy. Oh, and what do I need to make that kind of cheese? Because I don't live in this town and I would not be in competition with you. And they would sell her some other stuff necessary to make those things happen. Whatever she needs, or recipes, or whatever. And she now has the ability to make several kinds of cheese.
Nice.
So you've all, while Rasa is still doing math on the healing potion options.
I
I think she
put in the
got it.
chat what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay. So Rasa personally is buying 2 of the 517 gold piece ones. Is
Yep.
anybody else? There's a lot of ass grabbing going on in the chat. Is anybody else buying any healing potions? Go ahead and do that for yourself. You don't have to tell me about it.
Just
Love you.
Maiev was too busy dropping 108 gold on fine clothing for everybody, with the exception of Aste, because she was not able to hug him and gauge what size
How big
clothing
his
she
butt
needed.
is.
Yep.
Ah, cool. You'll have to describe what you selected from the tailor's shop when you pass out those clothes.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that. Okay.
You sure didn't. Okay. I will name 4 other shops that you could browse in while you are in town. Again, if you all are buying healing potions, feel free to just do that on your own. Whenever you're done doing the math, adjust your inventory accordingly. You know what the availability was. You could stop at the Magic Man, Elegant Protection, Defending Your Style, and Music of the Heart.
Hmm. Oh.
And what does the front of Music of the Heart look like?
There is a window of glass out front with open shutters, and you can see there are many different kinds of instruments in there. It is definitely a shop for musical instruments. One in particular is on a pedestal further in the back of the shop that you can just see a little sunlight glinting off of a plaque in front of it. And it is nothing short of amazing to behold from even from this distance. It looks like this.
Oh. Snaps is
Sorry,
gonna get caught up looking in the window of this place.
Yeah, I was looking at my I was doing math in my inventory. I'm buying some potions. What? Where did we see this?
In the window
The
of
music
a
shop.
shop with a sign that says Music of the Heart. Definitely on the more posh side of town. Speaking of which, as you've strolled, you've passed lots of bakeries and tailor shops and, regular businesses. And then when you got halfway across town, there's a fountain here with like a driveway around it and a really big circular building and that is set into the wall that surrounds that protected cluster of buildings. And the music shop is around here.
Oh shoot! I need you to do that thing again. I was still looking at the mandolin.
Oh, I put a puck on the screen where the music shop
Ah,
is.
wonderful.
So is someone standing next to Snaps as she is looking in the window of this music shop?
I would
Yeah,
probably
probably me.
probably be sticking together here.
Snaps is gonna lean over to whoever is closest and say, "If I get a fiddle, does that make Dusk the cow that jumped over the moon?"
Dusk will just sort of squint and
Oh, the
think.
cat and the fiddle. I get it. Sorry.
I was thinking about buying it for Aste, but now I think I need to buy it for you.
I bet Kurok would laugh to see such sport. She's gonna walk
Oh.
in.
How long have you been sitting on that one?
So, in fact, it's not a fiddle or a violin. It is a very, very fancy lute.
Yes.
But let's not
It's a music shop.
that get in the way of a good joke.
Yes. Exactly. So,
And
Dusk is like,
the
well,
types of
actually.
the types of instruments that you can find in here include lute, mandolin, harp, hand drum, and tantan, which I think is also a type of drum. Or maybe
Snaps is
tambourine. I don't
looking
know what a
for
tantan is.
hand drum.
And drum,
Sorta like
that's
a
definitely one of the things they would have. Like
sort of like a
the Irish drum that you hold in one hand and you beat with a stick with both ends of the stick.
Bodhran.
Bodhran. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Irish, so I'm sure you say it completely different. But yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Is what she's looking for.
Yeah, you definitely would find that in this shop. It is non-magical. And as you enter the shop, you realize that not only is that thing on a pedestal, but it's got a velvet rope around it.
I'm gonna have to look at it because it's shiny and pretty, even though I'm here for a drum.
It's clearly made of glass, and the plaque reads, "Caution. Knaith. Training within the College of Lore is required." Kanaith. And your hand drum, there would be quite a selection. From slightly smaller than the one in this picture to that size. Varying in price from 18 gold pieces all the way up to 45 gold pieces, depending on how ornately decorated it is.
She's mostly just looking for a nice little sturdy one.
Yeah, so that would just be the 18 gold pieces. It doesn't have any jewels on it. There's
Is that after the 15%?
that includes the 15%
Before.
markup.
Okay.
That includes it. And if you get too close to that rope, they're going to be like, "Hey, hey, 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 hey! Don't want any. Don't." I can't remember exactly what happens if an untrained person touches it, but it's all the way bad.
No, just close enough to read the plaque.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
look at the pretty thing, and then go find my drum. And Snaps beats it a little bit, beats the drum a little bit, but she's kind of out of practice.
Thumpity thump thump thump.
I don't want to work.
And they'll offer to tune it up for you if you're not happy with the tones that it gives, and they'll mess with it if you like. They're very happy to accommodate any requests you may have. Anybody else going into any of the other magical shops?
Was it
Defending
magic?
your style
Defending
is
style.
not a clothing shop. Elegant Protection is not a clothing shop. And the Magic Man is definitely not a clothing shop. It's a magic shop.
Start with Magic Man if it makes sense. Yeah.
And I will just
I'd be
read
down
to
for a
you
trip to Magic Man.
I will just read to you the list of things that I put in that shop. There are additional healing potions, but many fewer. There are 3 regulars, 2 graders, and 1 superior.
Yeah.
Prices are actually a little bit higher than they were at the herbalist. There is a cap of water breathing. There is a ring of jumping, a ring of mind shielding, a scroll of long strider, a scroll of thunder step, and a potion of resistance. Psychic. Love ya. Love you too. The scrolls are 144 gold pieces for long strider and 480 gold pieces for thunder step. I do not know if either of those are wizard spells. You guys may need to decide for Aste if he would have been interested in them. We can just retcon that he bought them during housekeeping at the beginning of next session.
Sorry, it was Thunderstep and what?
Thunderstep and Longstrider.
Longstrider. Well, I know for a fact Longstrider's a wizard spell. Mordred casts it.
So Longstrider is 144 gold pieces, and Thunderstep is 480.
Thunderstep is also a wizard spell, but if I know... I think he's cast Thunderstep before, hasn't he?
I
don't
think
know.
he had.
Get a
Of course, you know, a third of his
wave or
spells
something in
a
the
third of his
lighthouse.
spells are fucking teleports, so...
Yeah. Spells. All of his spells would be in his book, right?
Yes.
They would all be on his screen if he's got it. Cool.
Yes.
Ehun. He has Thunder Wave, not Thunder Step.
Okay.
And LONG, he does not have Long Strider.
Okay.
So just
We
write it
all
down
just-
and
We will retcon that he would have bought it.
Can we
Yeah,
all
just
just take a
somebody-
moment to imagine if the kitty paws were engaged with a long strider?
that would be one fast moving cat. So, Gregory, if you would just take ownership of the responsibility of discussing that with Andrew and letting him decide whether he would have bought them or not.
Yeah. I can
And
do that.
do it during housekeeping at the beginning of the session, or just between the two of you between sessions is fine. All righty. Anybody else shopping at the Magic Man?
No,
Cool.
definitely going to go to the other two. Would just
Sure.
be for curiosity, if nothing else.
Elegant Protection. You would
4
find.
hours to kill.
Yeah. At Elegant Protection, you would find a chain shirt of poison resistance, leather armor of thunder resistance, dragon scale mail, a mariner's breastplate, a mariner's splint, a sentinel shield, and an adamantine ring mail. I warn you, this shit's not cheap.
Yeah.
We actually have Mariner's Plate.
You have mariner's breastplate? Oh, you found some from the zombies, didn't you?
Yep.
The plate mail. You could just take the breastplate out of it, I suppose. Nobody's interested in any of that stuff. It was just window shopping.
Looking up some of the stuff. There was after the dragon scale man. Oh, the sentinel.
Sorry. So there was a chain shirt of resistance, a leather armor of resistance, a dragon scale mail, mariner's breastplate, mariner's splint, a sentinel shield, and adamantine ring mail. Which isn't
Sentinel
technically
shield is
magical,
+2.
it's just
That is nice, though. I just don't know if heavy armor is doable for me. It is not.
I was going to say armor and you don't get along.
Yeah.
Was doing this on my phone because Sarah was on. So I was trying to figure out stuff.
Yep.
We can come back to it as I have the list. At least some of them. At least the ones I was.
Sure. Defending your style, there is a giant slayer scimitar, a flame tongue greatsword, a +1 longsword, a +1 quarterstaff, a +2 sling, a +1 longbow, a vicious pike, and a staff of swarming insects.
Ooh, snaps! Swarming insects. That's very, I don't know. Grave-like, yes. Dead-like. I don't know.
I mean, bugs do like dead things.
Do eat dead.
Bugs do like dead things.
Very morbid, yeah.
I do like my staves. It's probably super expensive though.
The +1 quarterstaff is 1,180 gold pieces. The staff of swarming insects is 19,200 gold pieces.
That's a bit rich for my blood. I'll stick with
Sorry,
my
that
plus
was-
one
that was
spear that
the-
we just found at the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And I don't know what does more damage, your free +1 spear or this $1,100 +1 quarterstaff. Because I know she likes to use her
Plus-
quarterstaff as a crutch.
Yeah, I think a +1 spear and a +1 quarterstaff are about the same, and the spear was free. You see,
That's true.
Yeah.
and she can use the spear like it's a staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know what a vicious pike does, but it's pretty affordable.
I
It's only
believe
426
I
gold
believe
pieces.
vicious as a modifier adds a bunch of flat damage on a crit.
Mm.
That is just of the weapon's damage type.
Yeah, so it doesn't add a plus to your hit. It just adds extra damage if you crit. Got it.
The quarterstaff and the spear are both exactly the same as far as to hit and damage for snaps. So I'm going to stick with
Okay.
the free spear.
All right. See, and you wanted to find a +1 quarterstaff in this town, and you didn't even need it.
Did not even need it. I just wanted to upgrade to something magical. So what level are we now?
9, I
9.
think.
9.
Yeah, 9. Monsters are requiring magic damage at this point.
Definitely helpful.
My herbalism kit. I have my spear. I got my hand drum. I don't think Snaps was looking for anything else.
Okay. We can move on from this, and y'all can do the shopping offline and deal with it later if you wish.
Yeah.
You could send me a message if you decide you want more information about a magic item later. Is that how we're going to proceed?
I would be okay
Worst
with
case
that.
scenario, we can swing by the shops tomorrow morning before we leave.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm not hearing from Rasa. It makes me nervous. Rasa's broke. Okay, that answers that.
Rasa dropped 1,000 on healing
On
potions.
healing potions.
That's about all. So yeah, Rasa's got nothing.
Could we sell anything?
Didn't you guys just make a bunch of money?
Rasa just put out 1,000 on healing potions.
I'm gonna say,
Going
is there
back
anything
to the
that
recap.
is there anything that we don't want that we can sell?
But
We do
my
have.
Ev is still very flush. If Rasa
Yeah, you
wants
each
it.
got 1,500 gold pieces at the end of the last session. Did you not give you that to yourself?
Darling, did you give 1,500 to yourself? For
53 platinum plus 1,588 gold pieces
Oh, that
should
was
have gone in your coffers at the end of the last session.
Oh no, I thought that was party stuff, not me stuff.
No.
No,
Nope,
and
just
so
the
each
end of it was
person,
Everybody
party
got-
stuff.
yeah, each
Oh.
person
Each.
got 53 platinum.
Okay, no, I definitely misunderstood that. So
Okay, tell me when you're ready, and I will tell you what
Go
to
ahead.
add to your money. 53
Okay.
platinum, 1,588 gold, and 130 copper. Yes, 130 copper.
okay. Oh, I'm not actually so broke.
You're not nearly as broke as you thought you were.
No. Eight.
how much was the gold again? I'm adding it to dust too.
Oh, you didn't write it down either? Sorry, it was not clear. Current recap. Scroll to the bottom.
When it's
Close.
that much money, I
Zoom
assume
in.
it's party gold and not like individual.
Yeah.
No, I split it up between all of us, and then there were just like a couple copper and platinums extra to put in party funds.
So it's 53 platinum
Yep,
per
got that.
person,
Yep.
1,588 gold,
Yep.
And then 130 copper.
130 copper.
Yep.
And
Okay,
then there
sorry.
were 2 platinum pieces left over that went into the party funds.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Whoop.
Yeah, no,
We're good.
Try to put them on different lines next time.
Yeah, maybe that.
The individual versus party.
And just maybe the word each in all caps.
No, she's. I don't think-
Still happy with that amount of money. You don't want to buy anything else.
I mean, I'm pretty well.
That's true. Your attunement slots are all full.
My attunements are all full. It's just possibly armor wise.
Out of curiosity, how are Snaps' attunement slots looking? I'm curious.
Snaps has Jean's amulet. I have my guardian emblem, which just gives me more slots of the grave cleric. That's not a critical thing. And then I have an empty slot that will be for the Book of Exalted Deeds.
Once you're done with that, okay.
Once I'm done with that. Guardian emblem, that is my holy symbol, but I would be willing to unattune from that something else if something else comes along, just because what it does is just give me more slots of the grave cleric thing.
Dusk, how about you? The 2 clerics I'm considering. Like, if I were to get another magic item, I have 3 attuned as well. But I have 1 item that I'd be willing to give up if I see something that really fills a thing that I want.
I mean, I have technically an open slot. I just nothing really struck my fancy with what I heard. Although Ross, I think if
Is now in armor.
Yeah, if we could just get, she was kind of wrote off the armor because she thought she didn't have money. So
I apologize.
sorry.
No, it's no problem. Do I need to read off the armor again?
Just the medium armor or anything that counts as medium armor. How about that?
Sadly, I just wrote the names of shit down. I do not know what their medium and heavies are. You'll have to decide that figure that out for yourselves.
Okay.
There is a chain shirt of poison resistance.
Okay.
Leather armor of thunder resistance.
Okay.
Something called dragon scale mail.
She won't be able to wear that.
The mariner's breastplate, the mariner's splint. You can't afford the sentinel shield. It's 20,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And the adamantine ring mail is only 530 gold pieces because it's not magical.
Ring mail is
heavy.
Yeah, that one is heavy.
Was it the leather and the chain, probably? Maybe the chain? Well, chain shirts are medium. Chain mail is heavy.
Right.
Yeah, this is just a chain shirt.
Well, chain shirt would be a step up for you in the armor department, as would the. Well, no.
And all of these are also available in non-magical versions if you want to just buy,
Can't wear what?
with the 15% markup from the
only
player's handbook.
I thought you could wear medium armor. Never mind.
I'm a light armor only, unless there's just a standard
there was
one.
There was a leather.
Studded.
There was a leather armor of thunder. About the thing.
Thunder resistance.
Thunder.
It's just called leather armor of resistance,
That's
specifically thunder.
Step down technically because it's leather armor, not studded leather armor.
Right.
No, like I said, I think my next step is honestly just doing like studded.
Or studded of something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nope. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
That rules that out.
And Gregory, did you get all the answers you needed?
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
Did we want to try to sell the mariner's plate that's in the bag of holding, or are we not worrying about that right now?
I'm think it's a good idea. I mean, we could do that kind of off session if we want. If we want to listen, fun,
Okay.
go through the
We can stick a pin in that. It's not
stick a pin in it, 'cause
important.
that's just accounting at that point. And whatever we can get.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately, between Dusk having plate armor. Regular.
Mariners. If someone can tell me the value of regular plate armor, does anybody have the standard bit on the screen at the moment?
Not at the moment, but I can.
1,500. Just regular plate armor is 1,500 gold pieces.
Got it.
Yep.
So 3,000 times 25% reduced because it's used. They'll give you $2,250 for it. Gold pieces for it.
Plate armor?
Yeah.
Oh, it's enchanted.
It's
Oh, the
enchanted. It's
Mariner's plate?
Mariner's plate armor.
Oh man, what is the? I'm trying to find the Mariners description.
The Mariner's prefix means that you get a swim speed equal to your walk speed, and you can choose to bump yourself up to the surface of water if you would like.
Like water walking, but swim like a fish.
I think
Mhm.
Dusk has better armor, and I think Dusk is the only one that wears.
I do have
Can wear plate.
I do have plate armor. It's just plain plate armor. How much was the Mariners armor again?
They will buy it from you for $2,250, or you could just adopt it and sell off your regular plate armor because you guys found it on the island.
Oh, we found it. Oh yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, it's better than regular plate armor. So yeah.
Yeah. So your regular plate armor, he would give you
Dusk's plate armor is
1,000 gold
tourmaline
pieces for it.
encrusted.
Oh yeah, he may not want to do that. Do you want to sell your tourmaline encrusted plate armor?
Dusk is a little
You can
sentimental.
hang it up at the homestead.
Yeah, Dusk might just hold on to it as like a.
Okay.
So especially since it's a pretty basic thing, but it's got kind of a sentimental value.
We'll hang it
Does
up at the
Dusk want
homestead.
the Mariner's
Dusty.
plate
Yeah,
and then
so
keep the tourmaline for home?
Mariner breast. No, Mariner's plate.
Mariner's plate.
Boy, I'm gonna be swimming like fishes. Woo!
Does it require attunement?
I
I don't
Nope.
believe so.
It does not.
Yeah.
No.
So he could just have that and put his regular plate armor in the bag of holding or in his bag. Why don't you put your regular plate armor in the bag of holding since it's probably real big and heavy and bulky?
Yeah.
And put on the Mariner's plate armor.
That seems like I'll remove it from my inventory. Put a Dusk's plate mail in it.
Dusk's tourmaline plate armor. Alrighty. If we are done with the shopping.
Mayev has clothes
How
for
did
everybody
Mayev's
before dinner.
clothing shopping go? What did she find for us?
So Samity's got a slightly snug, pale yellowy pantsuit looking thing. And Rasa's got, because, we needed dinner pants. Rasa's got a pantsuit that's got flowy pant legs and there's like violet blues going on all through it. Foggy gets deep red flowy pants that are like somewhat gi-like. and like
Okay.
a matching deep red vest situation.
Thank you.
Dusk gets very deep blues through the entire outfit. He's got straight leg pants and a matching vest. Snaps has a pantsuit situation that is all silvery and flowy and slightly shimmery.
Sweet.
And Maev's is deep violet, billowy split leg pants and like a vest that sort of matches it. And you can
And these
all
are
add
all on hangers in garment bags that are made of a white silk with a big capital R embroidered on the garment bag in very fancy gold thread lettering. Very elegant looking garment bags.
you all have a set of fine clothes with that, however you want to add your description. That's what I came up with.
Love it. So everyone, please add an
Almost.
additional set of fine clothes to your inventory.
Snaps is almost afraid to touch it. She has never worn anything this nice before.
Russ already has it.
And as she's handing him out, Dusk said we needed our best dinner pants. So now we have good dinner pants.
Thank you.
I mean, you definitely took it to a level I didn't predict. I just assumed we had to wear nicer pants to a nicer establishment. But this is quite
Well,
nice.
Here we go.
We're going to put our best foot forward, trying to
Walking
negotiate.
around town with garment bags.
Now, where do we get dressed?
Can put up the
Guess we
dome real
go
quick.
find us a room. Well, yeah, I guess we could just put up the dome.
I'll avert my
Dip
eyes.
into an alley and put up the dome.
That's fine if that's what you want to do.
I can do a ritual for. I can ritual cast. If we really want privacy, I could do that. Yeah, I mean, I have to stay in the dome, but I'll just I'll avert
Not
my
like we
eyes.
haven't gone to bathhouses together.
I know, but
There's been a lot of streaking amongst you folks.
I've seen everyone's ass.
Can
in these
you
ones.
point for me where on the map you are going to try to cast the dome?
Oh no. I would say, boy, why don't we do this like towards the boardwalk by the water, so it's like not like we're being super. Would that draw suspicion if we did it around
On the
building?
water side of the boardwalk instead of being in amongst the buildings? Yep,
Right.
that'd
If
be
we did it,
fine.
if we did it
Sure.
like we're setting up a tent of sorts, hang out
Over here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a beach day. We're just getting in our
Sounds lovely.
swimsuits.
Yep,
Right.
great. No problem. Ritual
So, yeah.
away.
Dusk will ritual the dome up after some time. It takes like a minute or so, I think.
I think it might be
Or
10 minutes.
it's a
but
ritual
yeah.
effort. The point is, I take the time.
Yeah, it's good. And everybody takes their turn in the dome, changing clothes. So you all have weather worn and dusty top halves and fancy ass pants.
No, that everybody's got a matching top with
Tops
it.
too.
Oh, a whole fancy clean outfit. Okay, cool.
That means we got to take off our armor, right?
Well, you
Look.
could put your armor back on top of it.
Oh,
can't you?
okay. Okay.
I mean, yours
Yeah,
is just a vest.
The elven chain looks pretty with the flowy pants.
should probably clean up me armor then. A little dingy from the road.
Oh, if Aste was here, he could clean us all up real quick. Damn it!
Ah, man, you could have been so useful right now.
Well, he's useful in general.
Of course, of course.
Mayev's armor is clean because well she went into the waters.
Into the
Right.
oceans.
All right. So everyone will take turns changing if they so choose, or everybody can just drop trow in the dome. It's fine. It's all good. I'll let you all pick your choice.
We all know Maiev has no shame, so.
So yeah, all right. Once
And
everyone's
I
done, I'll
don't
drop the dome.
think Samity has ever been to a bathhouse with us.
It's probably for the best that she doesn't preserve what little is left.
I mean, yeah, probably, but she
She could
probably
use.
got a real good look at Maev's back and might
eh,
have questions.
She could use a nice spa day, right? To have
We
spas here.
did. We did go to a bathhouse at the place with the arena, the Crucible of Mayhem. We went there,
Yeah.
and
Did
Maya
we have
explained
Samity
her
with us?
back. Yes.
Okay.
Well, that was like ages ago.
Claire totally remembers this.
It's like it was like 4 days ago. It's like,
Yeah.
it was like not even a week ago, and it's just like,
Yeah.
whoa, I barely remember this.
Have we done that?
Okay, so
All right.
shopping completed, outfit change completed. You wanted to make your way down to the Cerulean View?
Yeah, let's go rub some elbows with some high and
Hoity-toity.
mighty toity. You know, show us the way, Lady Rasa. How do we walk? Do we have to walk for different? The look.
Feel as though there was a death glare.
Suddenly
It
got
may have
cold over
been.
here. Coastal
At the,
breeze.
cent-
Made it cool.
at the center of activity on and around the tourist docks, where several beautiful sailboats and one large passenger ship are moored, stands a grand building with marble and stone facade boasting an enormous and elaborate gilt sign that reads, "The Cerulean View Hotel and Restaurant." It does not say Cerulean, it says Cerulean, Cerulean. Maiev might be confused.
Maiev is definitely confused.
The open doors,
Cerulean?
yeah. So you make your way through up this horseshoe of a driveway, which is a walkway or whatever. And you see the open doors that lead into a vast lobby that from the outside you can see that there is a bunch of very plush furniture and shiny ass marble floors. You can see that there is a split staircase leading up to what is probably the guest rooms. And there's a huge reception counter centered between the two staircases. I think I actually have a picture of this too. Maybe. Other? No. Maybe it's on here. It's on here.
Ooh.
So in the back
Sure.
there, behind the flowers, there's a big wooden counter. A huge reception desk or counter centered between the two staircases is manned by a human who is very tidily attired. He's got an ascot and a vest with a pocket chain for his pocket watch. And to the left of him, to the left of his desk, you can see there is an archway that leads into another room on this level. So there's more to this level than what you can see. And from the outside, you could tell that there's shit. It's a relatively large building. And when you walk in, you're only seeing this foyer area. As the first one or two shoes touch the shiny floor, the gentleman pops out from behind the counter and comes rushing toward you. Oh, hello, and hi. Oh, yes. Well, lovely to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Gouty Snoot. Please come this way. And you could tell that he was about to stop you from entering, and then got a closer look at you and decided to invite you to the reception desk. And he'll slip back behind the counter, and I'm Mr. Gouty Snoot. What can I do for you? Are you looking for accommodations? I apologize. I wasn't expecting any ships to arrive at this time of day.
Who's doing the talking?
We came in by carriage.
Muse.
Carriage?
Fancy
Well,
carriage.
that's just fascinating and very unique. And he's like scanning all of you, and like a second and third pass, looking at your clothes. He's clearly focused on your clothes. I see. Well, a carriage that's unique and interesting, and
You're pissing me off.
Where did you come from?
What did Rasa say?
And you're pissing me off.
I'm terribly sorry, ma'am. I certainly didn't mean to piss
Lady,
you
not
off.
ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Lady, Ross. Get it right.
Oh.
Oh, I see. Yes, please. And he starts to grovel a little bit, and he's hunkering down and leaning over his counter to like bow at you a little bit. And yes, I'm terribly sorry, Lady Rasa. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. I apologize. It's not common for one such as yourself and your illustrious companions to travel by land. It is unusual for me. That is all. I didn't mean to cause any offense. Please forgive me. How can I help you, fine folks? And he's like quaking in his boots now that you've mentioned that you are a lady.
Flashing the ring.
Yeah.
Signet. Dusk will be like, Lady Rasa is expecting an audience with Professor Werther. I am her bodyguard, clearly. That's why I'm dressed like that.
At this point, Ross is going to have to basically turn her back.
Try not to laugh.
I need to be aware of all the security
Yes,
circles.
I understand. I do understand. Yes, I imagine traveling by land is unusual for you as well. So having a bodyguard is completely sensible and a very fine choice, ma'am, Lady Rasa. You said Professor Warthurl? Like someone from the Warthurl Academy is going to be gracing our halls?
Did you not get the reservation?
Forgive me, sir. No, I have not received contact from anyone at the Warthurl Academy. They don't often come here, per se. They spend time at the academy, but they generally don't stay in town overnight. Although I suppose they would be welcome to stay here if they elected to do so. That's yes, okay. Well, will you be taking rooms then?
Maya has finally removed her jaw from the floor, and, well, obviously.
Wonderful. Let me. And he starts flipping through a book, and he's clearly lost his mind. He's like, this is not how this is supposed to go for him. I'm trying to find what the price is for the room. Okay, so I do have rooms. Let's see, I have how many rooms would you? I'm not certain. You each room would have suitable. Each room on would be suitable for up to 3 occupants. I do have several rooms on the 3rd floor. I do have also one of the forgive me, the Rebecca can't remember the word for a suite. We do have one suite in the tower that has the best of views. That's one suite is available that all of you could find suitable accommodation in as a group if you'd like to stay together.
If that's the least you can do,
If that's what?
or if that's the best you can do.
Yes, the suite in the tower is does have the best views. That would for you 10 gold pieces per night. Would that suit your needs, Lady Rosa?
I suppose.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Let me. I am terribly sorry. This is not how the. Wonderful. Here's a key, and he'll hand the key specifically to Lady Rosa. I have to tell you, while you're here in town, you simply must visit the Academy Gallery. It's just something that should not be missed if you've never been to Salt End before. I think someone else was talking while I was talking, so I'm stopping for a moment.
I was just whispering to Rasa here.
Ah, okay.
She's scaring me. Her husband.
Mm.
I don't see the side of her.
So he's going to hand Rasa the key, and he's going to say food is served in the restaurant from sunrise until 3 hours after sunset. Feel free to freshen up in your room. Although, I mean, you all look absolutely fresh as a daisy. I am sorry to, and I'm sure you understand, especially being a bodyguard yourself, that we can't allow any weaponry of any kind beyond this point. However, we do have very secure.
The glower from Rasa becomes immense.
I am terribly sorry, Lady Ross. I understand that it can be distressing, but I assure you that absolutely every person in this building is unable to pass this space with a weapon. So you will be safe within our walls.
Dusk will unhitch Lightbringer and just sort of, I don't need this anyways.
Exactly how is that enforced?
Well, there is an enchantment on the archway here at the restaurant and the archway here at the library that there is a very loud blaring sound in which I have 3 gentlemen, and as he's describing the blaring loud sound, 2 very gigantor, big muscle-bound Goliaths come strolling out of the restaurant. You need something, Mr. Gouty Snoot? These gentlemen and their companion are responsible for responding when the alarm is sounded, and the stair is also alarmed so that if anyone steps on the stairs wearing a weapon, these gentlemen come a-calling. Is that adequate explanation, Lady Rasa? And the 2 dudes are just like,
trying not to
muscle-bound meats.
she's trying not to like completely give it away that your enchantments and whatnot probably only work for conventional weapons. AKA, either I can't physically pass through without setting it off no matter what I'm wearing, because at all times I have a psychic weapon on me.
But
Or
they're not manifested. They're not really a thing. It's in your brain.
Exactly. So she's like, BS, because I can get through it and I always have a weapon on me.
Oh god.
But will you be saying that out loud?
That's what she's trying to figure out right now.
And Dusk will say, "It's been a long road. You'll have to pardon our gruff. I'll be happy to relinquish this, but I do expect it back."
Yes, of course, sir. If you'll just place your hand here, and there's like a little gold inlaid panel on the counter. And as you place your hand on it, he will very, very respectfully lift Lightbringer and hold it over a similarly gold-plated panel on his side of the counter. And as soon as your hand touches the gold-plated thing, Lightbringer disappears from his hand, and you hear this whoosh sound.
Do I get like a ticket for
Like
that?
Adjust your hand, sir. Don't lose your hand while you're in the hotel, and all will be well.
Well, what about this one? He pulls out another mace, and then he pulls out Flame Tongue, and he pulls out.
Oh, okay. Yes, it would be best if we could try to do them all at once. It will be easier for everyone. I'm sorry for the delay.
So
And
do we
get
got
your
like,
hand.
do the last one, and
Put-
then we do.
Yeah, I'll take whatever weapons you have, and
Okay,
he'll hold them above that
Okay.
golden panel, and you put your hand on the pad, and they go whoosh, and they're gone.
All right. All right.
Next.
And I'm sorry, did you say that there were 2 Goliaths that walked in?
Yes. Probably
My Ev is a
about,
little distracted.
yeah, like 7 feet, 7'10". They're almost 8 feet tall and almost 4 feet wide. They look a lot like Little Bit, but bigger.
Yeah, they probably also look a lot like Gerald.
Maybe. So Goudy's Newt is looking at you all. Anyone who's got their weapons on the outside is getting an eyeball. Like, next?
Naps will reluctantly step up and give up her new spear that she's been using for a walking stick. It's not like she can't walk without one, but her limp is going to be more pronounced, but she will give it up.
Okay. And your former weapon?
Yeah. You wouldn't part a woman of the cloth from her walking stick, would you?
Does it look like a walking stick, or does it look like a quarterstaff?
Her original quarterstaff. It's a quarterstaff.
Yeah, it's a
It does. It looks like the Gandalf's wooden stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'll give that up too,
All
reluctantly.
right. And your hand here, please. And whoosh.
And then she
And,
checks to make sure her claws are still there.
Yep, you still have claws. And that is a lovely axe you have there. And those smaller ones are also very shiny. And may I, please, Maiev?
Our party in a long time.
Hold on. Sorry, trying to multitask, not going well. So she like was kind of zoned on the Goliath dudes, and so there's like 500-yard stare happening, and
Mhm.
like an unconscious smirk. So until somebody like jabs her with an elbow, she's just kind of staring off in the direction of the two Goliaths.
While she's staring, I will set down my dagger, my Goblin Slayer short sword, and my +1 short sword.
Your puzzle dagger?
Yup. Which is really
Okay.
pissing me off.
I mean, you could quite possibly take it apart and say it's just a little jigsaw puzzle. I was surprised, but you handed it over. He's going to take it.
Well, I
Right,
didn't get the
all right.
impression that I could break it.
Oh,
Good
I thought
call.
you could dismiss it. No. Once it clicks together, it's together until you fall asleep. It falls
Yeah.
apart while you're sleeping. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't
So
get the
he's,
impression that I could,
yeah. All right. So he's going to take it and hold it over the thing and wait for you to put your hand on the thing.
yeah.
And as soon as your hand hits, whoosh, they're gone. And he'll turn to Maiev again and say, it's a lovely axe you have, ma'am.
Oh,
Thump
what?
to
What?
Maiev.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
I'm ready. I'll take that now
Oh,
and go.
oh. Right. Okay.
And
Well,
I think you have throwing axes on your hips as well. I'll take those too.
do you need? Okay, fine. So she pulls off the great axe. She hands that over. She pulls off the two hand axes that she's got on her hip, or at least one hand axe on her hip. I think. Or no, at this point she's got a dagger and the crossbow.
Okay.
So
Oh,
So
she'll
when
pull off the
it's a great axe, right?
yeah.
All right. So as the great axe comes up over the counter, one of the Goliaths, the one on the left, I've decided, takes a big giant step forward, because Gouty Snoot's not going to be able to lift that sucker. And you get a wink from him as he takes it and holds it over the panel for him. And then Gouty
There's
Snoot piles the rest of
involuntary
the stuff on it.
blush. There's involuntary blushing as she hands over the crossbow.
And
And
he's just
her
going to
hair, like,
nod at you.
she
And
just
if,
like throws her hand to her ribs.
and are you
Jesus.
going to put your hand on that panel?
The other one, yes.
Okay. Whoosh, all your stuff is gone. And I believe that leaves us with you, sir.
Insanity.
Have you? Oh, yes, I'm sorry, dear. I didn't see you back there. You're so tiny compared to these folks. Do you have any weapons? And Samity will turn over whichever weapons you all have given her, because I can't remember. I think there's a crossbow involved. So she'll hand
Yeah,
over
there's
whatever she has and put her hand on the thingy and whoosh. And then you, sir, are the
Yes.
foggy.
Yes.
Any weapons, sir?
Yes, I don't use them, but yes. And he takes out a club that he doesn't use. I started with it and haven't sold it yet. And then
Oh,
also
isn't
as an
it charming?
emergency. Hmm?
Oh, isn't it charming?
Yeah. He then does pull out something you've never seen him really use or talk about. He does have 5 sharp darts that he could throw, but he doesn't use them because he uses ki from a distance. And then lays them out as well, and then puts the hand over the thing.
Mm-hmm. Whoosh. Fabulous. Wonderful. All righty. Well, if you'd like to make your way up to the tower, Jessup, would you like to escort them to the tower rooms, please? And this dude, one of the bodyguards, is like looking around to see if there's any luggage to be collected. He's not seeing any. Offers to take Your backpacks? We're this way, and he'll lead you up the stairs.
Yeah,
Now,
just walk, buddy.
did anybody try to keep a weapon?
No. Well, I didn't.
My psychic stuff, but
You still have your psychic blades, but you haven't brought
can't-
out or attacked
No,
anything.
not done anything. Yeah.
No, Dusk
So
can't
they
over.
don't exist in this moment. So
This-
yes, you step up the stairs. There's no alarm, and he will lead you up the stairs. And then, as soon as you go around the corner, you find another set of stairs that gets you up, and a spiral staircase that gets you all the way up into the tower. And you are allowed entry when he takes the key from Rasa and unlocks the door for her, gives her the key back. An elegant room, as elegant as this foyer, where there is essentially a living room and 3 bedrooms.
Oh,
The
hell yeah.
living room has 2 overstuffed sofas and a desk with a chair and a dining table with 4 chairs. And each of the bedrooms has 2 queen-size beds in it. And it is posh. All the way posh.
All the way posh.
Mhm.
We may need to rewind because looking at my sheet again, I also have 4 javelins on my person.
Okay. Is that
That I
we are
forgot about.
rewinding because the alarm went off, or we're just rewinding so that you can drop them off?
The alarm went off. I literally forgot they were on my person.
Okay, so you guys get halfway up the stairs. Maiev touches the stairs, and there is the most painful, ear-splitting, screeching sound that emanates and fills the entire building. The walls practically shake with it. You feel like your ears might be bleeding. And Jessup turns on his heel and is in your face, being the one who is at the bottom of the stairs.
Is he the one that
Is there
winked at
something
me?
I've forgotten, ma'am?
Is he the one that winked at me?
Yes. And he is not winking now.
Is there? Well, I don't know. I pull my backpack off and I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess so. Here you go.
A 3 foot long
javelins.
javelin sticking out. It's 4 foot long.
And he is not happy anymore, and he will escort your butt back over to the counter. Mr. Gouty Snoot, we seem to have overlooked some items. And the alarms have stopped. As soon as you got off the stairs, the alarm stopped. And Mr. Gouty Snoot is just going to look a little perturbed, but also not look at Rasa in particular, and hold out his hands for the items. And hold them over the things so you can put your hand on the doodah, and they go whoosh. And Jessup turns to you and says, "Are we sure now?"
What do you want to pat me down?
Ross is going to start psychic whispers.
uh,
And
you see
Maev's got her arms
his
out like you
very
want to pat me down in this like
marble,
smirk.
yeah, his marble gray tone turns just the slightest shade of pink under there. There's an undertone. Something's happening in his cheeks. And he says, "No, of course not, ma'am. If that's everything, we should get up to the tower. This way, please."
I'm wondering if we could have just stuffed all our weapons in the bag of holding and just pranced up the stairs.
Oh,
I
hell,
put in
are
the
there
chat,
weapons
Snaps
in the
did
bag of holding?
actually. I put it in the
Yeah.
chat that Snaps pulled the serpent's fang out of the bag of holding because she assumed it would have set the thing off. So
Okay.
she did turn that over.
Oh, she
Okay,
did?
cool.
Oh, I see it now. Okay. Because I'm wondering
I
if,
just didn't want to
that
interrupt.
just would not have, registered because it's
It's actually a pocket plane, I don't know. It's not a thought process I had ever gone through when I designed this hotel.
And we'll either have to try that another time.
Yeah. I imagine it's very much like your psychic blades. If you tried to take something out of the bag of holding, it would probably set off all the alarms.
Well, and that's like she really wants to mess with them that way and just, flip
Yeah.
it, just to have it and like
Whoop.
Yep,
Where the hell
exactly.
is that coming from?
I mean,
Wait.
we could make a shiv up in the room and then try to put it in the bag of holding and go back through the alarm the other way.
I do have some wooden stakes in my pack.
Wait, I didn't take my wood carver knife out. Does that count?
It's carpenter's
no.
tools. I don't think that counts. Hopefully.
I don't think
Alrighty,
tools
so
count.
fancy ass room presented to ya.
Going through TSA all over again.
Jesus.
Fancy room.
So he unlocks the door. He gives Rasa the key back, and as you all filter past him into the room, he does wink at Maiev just one more time.
And Maiev will
Just because you were staring. I mean, he's made an assumption.
yeah, he's gonna have Maev's voice in his head in a second, but not until after he's left the room.
Okay. So unless there's anything else, I will leave you to it, and he'll pull the door closed as he walks away.
Just
Yeah,
because I
like
want
that.
to know if there is an audible reaction to him hearing her voice in his head. As
What
soon
does
as
he
the
hear?
door as soon as the door is closed, he hears, "You look a lot like my husband. Sorry about that."
Something audible. Probably not audible through a closed door.
What if I had my face pressed against the door to listen as I said that to him?
Then you probably would have heard a damn. And then he walked away.
Once Rasa knows he's out of earshot, she basically would do some sort of, pompous windbag. Mhm.
You were
Aptly named Gouty Snoot.
you were bloody brilliant back there. I was I was like going to start working for the place just to give you better service on their behalf. Like, whew. Yeah, never get on the bad side, apparently, right?
Who the hell cares what we're dressed if we're willing to pay the price?
She's not wrong.
Snaps is just enthralled by the room and the fluffy couches, and she kind of looks at Rasa like, "You used to live like this all the time?"
Yeah, close.
A little more
It's
cold.
overrated.
Snaps is trying out the fluffy couches.
And you do have your own privy right here in the room. It's very nice and very tidy and made of porcelain, but it is just a bench with a hole in it.
These are the details that really help.
Yeah.
Very important for this party to know.
The basin in the privy has that crazy, it matches your new dishware that you bought. It's that Barkanau China,
Salt-fired pottery.
salt-fired china.
Salt-fired porcelain throne.
Yeah. All right, well, unless anybody else wants to do anything else in the room, we can just fast forward to dinner time.
Yeah, the only thing I would want to do involves before night's rest. I wouldn't want to do anything now.
Okay, so at some point there will be a tap, tap, tap on your door. Very, very gentle, light tapping. Tap, tap, tap.
Maya
Tap,
will
tap,
look
tap.
over at Dusky
Dusk
and
will.
be like, "Oh, Mr. Bodyguard."
Oh, right. That's my job, right? I'm supposed to be the. I'll kind of pull myself up and to a full armored stature, and I'll go over to the door and I'll open it a slight amount to
And
and look see who it is.
you see Jessup standing there.
Who
Oh.
seeks audience with Lady Rasa?
Well, actually, I'm looking for someone named Dusk.
Speaking.
Ah, yes, you have a visitor in the lobby.
Oh,
Dina and Cheryl are currently on the couch.
good to know. You may tell this
Dina
guest
and
that we
Cheryl are
will
on the
be
couch.
down.
Christina is probably asleep in there. Cheryl is the one that's over in Bradley's seat. Yeah, Dina is the one that's in the aisle of the couch.
Who are you talking
Gregory
to,
doesn't
kiddo?
know. He's talking
I
to
thought I muted the mic. I'm
Sky.
sorry. I'm talking to Sky.
Hi, Sky.
Okay, so what were you saying?
I'll just say, just let them know we'll be down. You know, in a moment.
Certainly, I will have him take a seat in the lobby, and he'll turn on a heel and head downstairs.
It's like, all right, showtime. Seems like our visitor's here. Look
All right, let's do
alive.
this.
Are you all headed downstairs for dinner? What are we doing?
I suggest
think
for us to
yes.
not all be present.
I think we all should go.
Yeah.
We're all going to have to make this. We're all going to have to be somewhat aware of what he is telling us. So, if he wants it, we all have to be in agreement that we're handing this over.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's just hear him out.
Maybe if he, let's hear him out because maybe he has some advice on what to do with it if he doesn't want it.
Right. And I'm going
Right.
to. Let's see. Where is. Right before we go into the dinner hall or wherever, before we sit down, I will cast Enhance Ability, Owl's Wisdom, Snaps. I think
Okay.
you're a bit more insightful, right?
Out of character, I'm a +7.
Yeah, that's right. I think you'd probably be better off trying to get a read on Warthurl and pass through Ross's whispers in our heads that if he's on the level or not. That lasts an hour.
So you get
Advantage
to the
on
bottom of the
wisdom
stairs?
checks.
Yeah. So you get to the bottom of the stairs and you see Warthurl sitting on a little blue square of silk, which has been placed on a big fluffy white couch. And he is perched on this little square of silk.
And just I guess I'll be the first to be like, Professor Werther, I presume.
Yes, I remember you. It's very, very
Oh,
good to
great.
see you again. And he'll hop up off the sofa and kind of side eye at Gouty Snoot and come over and shake your hand and greet you all. And my goodness, look at you're all here. Isn't this lovely?
Right.
Lovely. I've never met this one before, and you are. And Samity goes, "Oh, I'm Samity. I'm just new. Just new.
She's our leader. Just kidding.
Oh, it's lovely to meet you. I'm glad to hear that someone is in charge of the group because sometimes I worry that they might, hurt someone, um, or
Only if
something.
they deserve
So,
it.
right, right, but of course, right, but of course, and uh, I,
Come,
mm,
Professor, let's have dinner
yes,
and talk.
I'm not certain. I don't know that I would be comfortable inside the hotel. I'm perfectly comfortable here in the lobby, Mr. Dusk.
Well, then
To
why did
meet
you? I was going to say. I mean, I, on passing through here, didn't realize the cerulean security was so stringent. That's a big word for dusk. High.
Yes, they're very, very careful here, and I appreciate that immensely. We've got to keep you all safe, don't we? Yep.
But you
I'm
don't
much.
want to be in the secure room, the
No,
secure bay.
I'd prefer to just complete our business and head back over to the school where my teleportation circle will get me home, if you don't mind.
Do I get the sense that he's acting cagey, or does he just feel uncomfortable about the fact that this place is super fancy?
That would be an insight check, yes?
With advantage.
Okay.
Which way do we do it in this campaign?
Oh, yeah, if you're gonna do it, I'm a +7.
Ooh. Oh,
And then it's at
wow.
advantage.
Great. You are supremely confident, obviously, that Mr. Warthurl is uncomfortable in this pristine, shiny, white marble environment in his drab brown professor's robes and unkempt beard. And also, there's maybe a little something that's got him just a tiny bit on edge, like he really wants to get this over with. But also, this space makes him uncomfortable. He clearly does not feel posh enough to be here, but there's also something else that makes him just want to get this over with.
Passing that along to Rasa via whispers.
and it's
Would you feel saying to him, would you feel more comfortable in the privacy of a room, or maybe if we step out?
I honestly would, your room would be more comfortable than the restaurant, I think, or we could step outside, whatever you prefer. And he's sort of leaning toward the exterior door as he says, whatever you prefer.
I think we just need to talk this out and make sure we understand what's going to happen to this thing, because this is not a very casual artifact we're talking about.
Considering the subject matter, the privacy of a room might be better. As long as you don't have any weapons on your person.
Oh,
Right.
goodness, no.
Come up to our room then. We just checked in.
Okay. Lead the way.
And
And he will follow you up the stairs.
I'll bring up the rare to make sure he's marching, kind of loom over him.
Yeah, he's marching, but he's like eyeballing the counter and trying not to touch anything and just trying to get it. Yep, yep, here we go.
After suggesting going up to the room, Snap says just kind of go quiet and just focus on keeping an eye on him and watching him for any other clues.
Excuse you, ma'am. That is a touchscreen computer that you are touching. Sorry, cat.
It's funny that you said that right as my computer put itself to sleep. Don't switch. Okay. So, great. So yeah, he once the decision is made to go up the stairs and he gets his feet on the stairs, he kind of just moves it along as fast as the person in front of him is going.
Alrighty.
And we arrive at your room, and there's, pretty white sofas. He's standing near one.
Maya is just gonna facepalm and would you just sit down? You're making me nervous.
Well, I didn't, okay. And he just perches on the edge of the little white sofa awkwardly. And this object that you found, describe this to me again, please. Where is this orb that has something to do with Orcus? I don't want to touch it. I would just like to see it.
Touching it's a bad idea, we think.
I'll be the one to extract it from it's in the bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
So I'll take a kind of a cloth, kind of drape it over my hand and
Oh,
sort
it's not in the bag of holding. You were carrying it on your person.
Oh, on my person. Okay, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll kind of
Dusk is carrying it.
I'll rummage through my backpack. Oh yeah, I got somewhere right here. Kind of take it over to a table and just sort of let it sit on a cloth out in the open. Kind of
And
unravel it.
so he's going to get up off the sofa as fast as he got down on it and walk over to the table. And he's going to put a hand on either side of it on the table and sort of lean down to get a good look at it from all sides. And have any of you touched it?
I believe
And he's just looking and peering at it while he's waiting for someone to answer.
I've definitely touched it myself.
What happens when you touch it?
Well,
Well, you did magic on it.
that's right. I did try to
Spell.
dispel the magic, and it backfired. And I had
Backfired how?
I needed to be kind of stirred from a momentary loss
It was
of my own.
cursed.
Yeah, I was cursed.
He wanted to
So
take the orb to the east.
Yeah, I had
sorry. So touching it wasn't a problem, but when you cast magic at it, you had a problem.
so far that's been the deal. We found this over down in Broughton. There's that lighthouse right there. You're familiar?
Yeah. Oh, lighthouse. Okay. What's wrong with the lighthouse?
Well, it was ceasing to function for some time. Not terribly long, but long enough that, well, we decided to help the town when we were passing through. We were wanderers, as you know. Well, when we went out to the island, to where the lighthouse is, turned out it was overrun with all sorts of nasty business. And
Dead stuff.
dead stuff, yes. Undead stuff.
Well, Orcus, that makes sense. Okay.
And apparently,
So and this curse simply made you want to take it somewhere?
Right. I was planning on going east by any means possible.
Okay. I can't remember by looking at the group who looks the most muscular.
I believe that would be me.
I think
I
that's
would
my.
say,
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm a close second.
I'd say in terms of like strength score, I think Maya is.
If you wouldn't mind, ma'am, could you come over here to the table, please? If you would just grasp my arm here, please, and he just offers you his left arm.
I
Just
grab.
give me a good yank if I do a little, if anything weird happens. You with me?
Sure.
Great. And he's
Snaps
going to
is
reach
ready
out.
to cast remove curse.
He's going to reach out and he's just going to touch it. And the thing lights up and he lets go and it goes dim. We good? We good? All right, do it again. He puts his hand down on it. And then with his left hand, still, you've got him above the elbow, reaches in a pocket and he pulls out a pearl. And it's going to take a few minutes. I got to figure this shit out. Hold on. Hold on. And it takes him a couple of minutes and he puts the pearl back in his pocket and lets go of the thing. He says, okay, so, yeah, don't cast magic at this and don't try to destroy this. Destroying is
Didn't
not an
you
option.
didn't you just do magic at it? And I still have him by the arm, so I yank him.
No, I didn't do magic at it. Ooh, I see your point, and thank you. And he starts rubbing his shoulder absently. No, I didn't do magic at it, but there's a good thinking. Good thinking there, ma'am. And he's rubbing his shoulder pretty obviously at this point. It's, I listened to it, if you will, magically listened to it. And it is definitely an Orcus artifact, and it is full of all of the bad that you could imagine could be associated with Orcus. And I believe, yes, you were definitely cursed if you tried to damage it in some way. And my recommendation is that this object be either transported to a vault of some sort in the astral plane, or if it must stay on the material plane, I would suggest a place like Candlekeep. But I am not equipped to manage this. What I can do, I can't get it to the astral plane, but I can get it to Candlekeep if you're comfortable with me doing that.
Well, better than us holding on to it, probably. So
Yeah.
that is to the east, yes. Candlekeep is to the east of us?
Mm-hmm.
Or
And
more.
do I get the sense that he is being earnest?
I would like one of those rolls again. It's a +7, you say?
+7 at advantage
At advantage.
because of the thing that
Wow.
Dusk
Okay.
cast on me.
You rolled exactly the same thing as last time. And you are therefore confident that he is genuine in his desire to protect the world from this thing by putting it in a vault somewhere safe.
Okay.
And I do radio that out to Rasa.
Out, whoever needs it.
Did you ever that?
I didn't
what'd
hear
you
what
say?
Rasa said. What'd she say?
She said she just radioed that out to everyone.
Okay. I must confess, in your silence, I'm concerned that you are concerned about the safety of the, and I assure you, Mr. Dusk, that this is just like the other encounter that we had, where there was a possibility of some very nasty things happening. Our intent is not to be involved in nasty things, and this is nasty things, sir. It needs to be in better hands than ours.
I agree with that.
And you have never seen him speak so confidently and clearly in your presence before. He's usually kind of cowering around you. He cowers in your messages between each other, and in this moment, he is almost like standing up to you. Like, this is a thing we should take seriously, and he would like you to take it seriously now.
Right. Well, if you're saying we can't destroy it,
Where is this Candlekeep place?
On Faerun.
Where is this
That's
place
and she
that I've never heard
points.
of
Is
before?
that
Um,
east?
yes, and he points. Although, I mean, it's
Bear with
closer
me a
if you go
moment.
east, but you could get there going west. But it is closer if you go east, just beyond the Moonshay Isles.
Humor me, and she's going to cast Remove Curse on him, and just touch him and remove any curses that are on him. And then,
Well,
how do
that
you feel about
was
it?
sort of tingly. That was
And
interesting.
how do you feel about it going to Candlekeep now?
I am confident it is. If not the astral plane, Candlekeep would probably be the safest place on Toril.
Good call.
And you've got a plan to get it there safely?
I have teleportation circles at the academy, and we can actually get close to Candlekeep, and then it would be transported from there. That's a little risky, but it could be managed.
I mean, is there any? Why would somebody want to take it east in the first place? If it's what's
Well,
Maybe there's something more east that it wants to get to.
yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, but I assure you I don't want to know. I mean, if you
And
would, if I mean, I don't know. Teleportation, it would not actually be traveling east. It would be traveling magically and then traveling south. If that reassures you in any way.
well? I think plan as you say, probably for the best. Truthfully,
I'm inclined to agree.
because we're
I
certainly not equipped to deal with this.
Yeah, I am the first to admit that this is beyond my ability to keep safe. But it needs to be kept safe.
Could throw a real monkey wrench, and it's like, could we escort it to Candlekeep?
oh
Oh
Jesus,
boy.
Change the Candlekeep timeline.
Wee!
Oh lordy lordy. Um
No, it's fine.
okay,
Just
cool.
the part of my
The,
brain was like, yeah, let's really throw the detour out of this bus.
the whole campaign. And of course, Rasa's probably over there thinking, yeah, if we teleported all the way to Faerun, I could go see my parents in person and tell them to stop sending bitches after me.
Well, if she goes to Faerun, she doesn't have to talk to that fancy lady waiting for her in Dybrock.
That's true.
Well,
So
all
are we
right.
settled? Are we what are we
Anyone else?
Snaps feels comfortable with handing it over. As much
Yeah, I
as
have no
she feels a
other.
responsibility to try to keep it safe, I think this might be the best plan at this time.
Yep, I tried to destroy it. Didn't work out so well. Carrying around probably only makes things riskier, or targets of bigger things. So
And does
I as
anyone
well.
else know that you have it?
I don't think we advertised it. Anybody? We didn't break it out in Broughton anywhere, right?
One friend who's not with us at the moment, but he should be back soon, hopefully.
Oh, right, he's in the astral plane right now.
Oh, Yes, Candlekeep is sounding much more promising. So, if you are confident that no one else knows that you are in possession of this object.
Well, I mean, we are occasionally scried upon. I believe that's what it is. Somebody spies on us. At least once a day.
Excuse me?
Yes. Well, ever since we had a run-in with the... How do I describe them? A gang of people with the bald spots. Didn't I ask you about the bald spot?
Bald
gang?
spot bandits.
The bald spot bandits. No, not ringing a bell. All right, it could be that. And if they're not that infamous,
those wisdom checks haven't been going on that long, but okay.
Right. I'd say it was shortly after we started our journey that we've been currently on. Like a week ago, I don't know.
Yeah, it was around the time you got around Ardglass, or right before Ardglass.
So,
okay. Well, with that in mind, would you mind escorting me to the school, please? Or I suppose I could ask hotel security to escort me to the school while you have your supper and...
You're better off with us.
I think we can we can escort you.
Hmm.
We just need to recall our weapons from positive.
Yeah. So it is 12:30 in the evening, ladies and jelly spoons. You could decide to escort him to the school where he would... the gallery will be closed. You can't get in, but he will be able to get in through one of the secret gates on the side of the on that wall. He'll be able to get in. They'll let him in, but they won't let you in. And he'll be able to make his way into the school grounds and use his teleportation circle and get back to his academy. But they won't let you into the gallery because it's too late in the day. And then you could come back and have your supper. So, do you want to start the next session with dinner then?
Yeah. That works for me.
Cool.
Yeah,
so yeah, uneventful walk from the hotel to the campus. The gallery is closed, so he'll make his way in through the gate and wish you all farewell and thank you for being such responsible people and ensuring that something this awful isn't just wandering around in the world.
Not gonna lie, taking a big leap of faith in you, Professor.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Dusk. I know that sometimes you have your doubts about me, and you make me very uncomfortable with that. But this is something about which I feel very strongly, and an object of this magnitude and nature simply does not. We can brook no risk. Candlekeep, I think, is our best option.
And he will have Maiev in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And she will just if dusk makes you uncomfortable, I'd hate to know what you would think of me if something very bad were to happen as a result.
So he's hearing words in his head and scans the group with his eyes very slowly to see if he can figure out whose voice that was, and tries really hard not to pee his pants when he meets your eye.
I'll just give him a little wink.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And not knowing that this has happened, but before he goes through his gate into the school, the gallery, Snaps is gonna ask him, do us a favor and send us a message when it is confirmed safe and locked up in a vault.
Okay, definitely. It will be transported to Faerun within 2 hours and should arrive in Candlekeep within 24.
Alrighty.
24, yes.
Sounds good.
24 hours should be adequate.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Alrighty, and whoever it is that opened the gate for him will close and latch it, and you hear a very heavy piece of timber, ka-chunka, go into place to lock that gate up nice and secure. And y'all can head back to your hotel and drop off your weapons again
Mm-hmm.
and head in for dinner, I suppose. And we can start the next session with dinner so that Sarah can go to bed because it's 12:30.
Yes. One
Alrighty.
final note, because
Yes?
my telepathic connection lasts for 2 minutes. As soon as he's inside the building, he just hears Maiev go tick tock.
You hear this humming from over the wall. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You people are so scary to him.
Where's that war turtle meme that Ashley made?
Yeah.
Alrighty, and with that, I think I will stop the record because I have to pee now.
Alrighty.
Good
All
night,
right.
Good night,
everybody.
Have a good everyone.
Candle
I
keep
will
next week, I
slip
suppose.
this here. Candlekeep next week. We are going
Good night.
to start